Thank you, Justine.
Online.
Hello, Tuesday.
On digital radio. And on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Mesdames et messieurs,
The Chris Evans Breakfast
And I think we need a bonus one of these. And one of those.
It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the day.
See, but if you do that, you do tend to miss out on this.
This is London.
Sorry.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Standing there with her hands in her hair, I can't help remember just when she touched me. There's still no face here in her place. So cool, she was like jazz on a summer's day. Music high and sweet, then she just flew away. Now she can't be that one with the wind in her arms. Follow me, call on me, come and see me. I'm the same boy I used to be. Love songs fill the night, but they don't tell it all. Not how lovers cry out, just like they're dying. Love cries, and that in time, somewhere, someday, some good may blow her back to me. Some night I'll make it more like she used to be. No, it can't be that one with the wind in her arms. Follow me, call on me, come and see me. I'm the same boy I used to be. So cool, she was like jazz on a summer's day. Music high and sweet, then she just flew away. Now she can't be that one with the wind in her arms. Follow me, call on me, follow me, come and see me. I'm the same boy I used to be.
Steve Winwood, Valerie, Radio 2, 6:36. Tuesday morning, the 17th of October. Thanks to Lady B. Justine Green here this week. Now, from now on, until Friday.
Same boy I used to be.
And then 2 more weeks after that. All right, so that's what's going on in the news booth. What's going on behind the glass here in the big control room, Studio 6C, 6th floor, Wogan House, live from London. Well, there they are, and here we go. Marvellous Mirror is winding up the text message machine. Ready for the early applications into the Good Morning Chris Club, the GMCC, from the BBC. For October the 17th, text us the rainbow, please. On 88291, start your text with Good Morning Chris, and we'll see what happens next. And if you get this one, that one, or both, could it happen? Yes, it can. Mary Merrily is checking the overnight emails. Chris Adams at bbc.co.uk. Jazzy James has his headset on, ready to take the calls. And Jazzy James and I, we both approached the coffee machine this morning, and we went, huh? The coffee machine isn't working, which is fine. It's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. So we're both on the instant coffee. It's brilliant, though. BBC Instant Coffee. You click your fingers, and it just appears. I mean, that's proper instant coffee. That's what you want, isn't it? Justine's using, as I say, Vasa Sporting. Lynn is travelling. She's back. Mad Dog John, second down the bounce for him. He'll need a lie down come 9:30 this morning. Super Studio managing this morning, and Miss Ellie is back in the big chair leading the team through this Tip-Top Tuesday. All right. Which continues with Mr. Michael and Mr. Rogers.
One day you say you love me, the next you tell me you don't. One day you say you will, but the next you tell me you won't. Hey little baby, there ain't much point me hanging around, yeah. Give you all the love. One day you make me feel that your love is in my hands. One day you say you'll stay, but the next you're changing your plans. Hey little baby, ain't much point in hanging around. Much point in hanging around, yeah. 'Cause if you ain't got time for me, I'll find another fantasy. It's kind of funny that you think that I'm the boy to make you cry. I can make you happy, if only for a while, little baby. Oh, little baby, I can give you all the loving that your heart desires. If you ain't got time for me, I'll find another fantasy. I said it could be the price of love, could be the price of hate. What am I guilty of? Why do you make me wait so long? I don't know your intentions. Look to the skies above. I'm in the hands of fate, but still I get to shove. I've got to know, for heaven's sake, is this love? Is this love or invention? Baby, can't say I'll find another fantasy. Give you all the loving that's your heart. Oh, yeah, give you all the loving that's your heart. Give you all the loving that's your heart. 'Cause baby, can't say I'll find another fantasy. You hang around with people who are sure to make you cry. I can make you happy, if only for a while, little baby. Oh, little baby, I can give you all the loving that your heart. You take someone's heart and you kick it around. Keep on picking it up so you can watch it come down. I don't know what I'm supposed to do while I wait for you to make up your mind. Could you please be so kind when you know what to do? I'll be in the next room, but if you leave it too late, I may be in the next state. If you ain't got time for me, I'll find another fantasy. If you ain't got time
George Michael and Rogers Fantasy. Radio 2, 18 minutes to 7 o'clock.
If you ain't got time for me, I'll find another fantasy.
Holmes, you ready? You were born ready. Good morning, Chris. Please, can I be in the club? 7:15 spinning class on the way, looming there. Target is to shed £10 by Christmas, says Jinx in Bristol. Okay, 33 minutes and counting down. Steve Cliff says, morning, Christopher. Oh, good morning, Clifford. Please can my son Jordan be in the club? I'm driving him to the airport for a work trip, a mini excursion to Florence. It's all right for some. You're not kidding. Nick Carter, good morning, Chris. I've been at the gym since 6 to help ease out my stiff hips from Sunday's Birmingham Marathon. Wind isn't too bad here on the South Coast in Gosport. Well, you are sort of as far away as you want to be from it if you're on the South Coast. The northwest of England, the west coast of England, affected most. And of course, poor old Ireland. Morning, Ireland. Hope you're recovering as well as you can. Good morning, Chris. Elaine Hamilton says, please can I be in the club? I'm enjoying a quiet cuppa as I rest my vocal cords after my choir, the Forth Valley Chorus from Edinburgh, came 11th in, listen to this, only the World Championships of the International Barbershop lot in Las Vegas were over the moon, says Elaine Hamilton. Elaine, could you just text me back? Do you text me every year about this before you go and when you return? Or is it some others and you? Just so I know. I'm not going as mad as maybe perhaps I am. Proud hubby Peter, listen to this. Can my wonderful wife Donna Phillips be in the club? Good morning, Chris. She is a nurse, and listen to this. Not only is she a nurse, but she's just been shortlisted for Nurse of the Year. Oh, come on now. You're going to get one of these. And one of these. Yeah. And all this. All for you. Shortlisted for Nurse of the Year. Another saint amongst humans.
Hello, my beauties.
Saturdays
I'm feeling rather minxy,
on BBC Radio 2.
which I think bodes well for frolics, if you're up for it.
From 3 o'clock, Zoe Ball.
My friend Eva texted me. She said, I've got quite a lunch today. Jade Jagger and a lovely fella. Noel Gallagher and his wife. And Bruce Springsteen. So she's going out to lunch with the boss. So a picture goes up and then it's printed. They've numbered all the people. And there is my friend Eva next to the boss. And it says, Bruce Springsteen's wife, Patti Sciapla.
Zoe Ball. Saturday afternoons from 3.
I don't know how she got to go to this lunch. I'd barely get out.
BBC Radio 2.
Zoe on fire on Saturday afternoons. She is great on the radio, isn't she? I love listening to Zoe Ball on the radio. Cheers you up no end. Big screen belt time now from who? Kate Sparks. Morning, Kate, from Hesketh Bank in Lancashire. And she says this feel-good favourite signs of a hilarious romantic comedy where everyone has a thing for Cameron Diaz, Ben Stiller, Lee Evans, and the rest of the cast all sing and dance along, leaving you with a big smile on your face as the credits roll. Kate's big screen belter from the film There's Something About Mary is the Foundations with Build Me Up Buttercup. Lynn's back. She's in the control room now. Awaiting decompression.
But you're late. I wait around and then I run to the door. I can't take anymore. It's not you. You let me down again. Baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home. I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. What do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down. And mess me around, and then worst of all, you never thought, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you. More than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. You are my toy, but I could be the boy you adore. If you just let me know. Although you are true, I'm attracted to you all the more. What do I need you so. Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down, and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you.
I need you more than anyone, darling.
You know that
Foundations, Build Me Up Buttercup. On a Tuesday morning, that's cheeky, isn't it? Feels like a Thursday. Always dangerous. Especially seeing as it's nearly Christmas. Right, okay, now there's something about Mary. We nearly watched that on Sunday. We had one of those moments where we all had a vote. Right, we've got to watch a funny film. What are we going to watch? It was in the afternoon. That's a nice time to watch a film, isn't it?
A good funny
We've
film is
We've been
good.
out in the morning. We've done the family
Yes.
thing. We'd expended a bit of energy. The kids were playing in the other room. Right, let's watch a film. We ended up watching The Hangover.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a bit naughty, actually.
It's quite naughty,
It's got
yes.
some naughty words in it. So we had to turn the kids' telly up and our telly down a bit, and it seemed to work out. I think it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
There was some kind of responsible parenting going on in there somewhere. There was.
Was that by Natasha?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
I had a feeling that
Of
would be the
course.
case.
Of course. Right, what else has gone on? Morning, Chris. Too late. Am I too late to ask for my daughter to be in the club? Well, usually yes, Jenna, but your reasoning, well, it's wooed me. At exactly 17 minutes into your show, she turns 17 today on the 17th of October, 2017. So she turned 17 1 minute and 31 seconds ago. So we've got to give her that. 17 minutes
On
into
the
the show.
17th.
On the 17th, on the 2017. This will never happen again. Here we go. You get a big car for that, actually. Very rare on a Tuesday. Very, very rare, this. All right, who else up listening to you in Berlin after yesterday's flight from London through a dust cloud and a hurricane, that's all. Off to a conference today, says Caro. Well, there's pictures of the dust cloud on the front page of the papers today when Britain turned orange and then it went really dark. I was at my mum's and at 2:30, Lynn, it was pitch black in the living room and my mum said, is everything okay? I said, well, I think so, but I can't say for certain. And then I went outside to check and the sky it was bright orange, well, it was dark orange really, wasn't it? And then as I walked out, my mum's security lights came on as if it was the middle of the night and it was 2:27, Lynn.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so we got back to Poirot and it was all right in the end. It was all right.
I love Poirot.
So do I. By the way, when JFK said Ich bin ein Berliner, which meant that he was a jam donut, is that right?
A particular sort of.
A particular donut, because he was in Berlin. He said, I'm with you, Ich bin ein Berliner. No, we're not donuts, JFK.
I think they knew what he was saying.
Well, I know. Well, so do we all that. But I was thinking this morning, what is a Berliner? If you are a Berliner, then what are you if you're not a jam
What's
donut?
the actual word
Yeah, what
for
is
it?
it? Because ich bin ein Berliner. I mean, that's a fair stab as far as I can
would have
make
thought
out.
he was fair dues, yeah.
He was having a go, wasn't
Yeah.
he? What else is going on here? One more? Anywhere? Yes, okay, here we go. Chris, I've woken up on the worst case of man flu ever. Well, I believe you, Peter in Essex. Not just bad man flu, but the worst case of man flu ever. However, he's going to carry on. He can't take the day off. He's working on the set of the premiere of the new Batman film, Justice League, and it's amazing. Well, I mean, even if you were like, 1 foot in the grave, you'd still drag yourself to that, wouldn't you? Okay, man. By the way, men flu. It could be the dust. That could be from the dust yesterday.
Really?
Of course. Of course. Doing a lot. Of course.
Everything's very high at the moment,
course.
isn't it?
That's because I speak the truth. Here's the trap.
You'll be aware of some of the weather problems, of course. We've still got some issues. Strong winds affecting the Scottish bridges. That's the Friarton Bridge and the Queensferry crossing. Some are closed to high-sided vehicles. That's the Tay Road, Clackmannanshire and Erskine bridges. Northern England and Cumbria, A66 between Brough and Bowes closed to high-sided vehicles. Strong winds on the Humber Bridge. North Wales, A55 Britannia Bridge, that's closed to high-sided vehicles. In Northern Ireland at Lisbon, A1 Hillsborough Road, that's closed by a fallen tree between Ravenet Road and the A3 Governors Road, and Downpatrick, the A25 Strangford Road, that's closed by strong winds, very near the cricket club. M6, 2 lanes closed by an overturned vehicle. This is southbound, 40 to 39, Penrith to Shap. Liverpool, Great Howard Street. The A565, that's closed in both directions between Blackstone Street and Walter Street. Apparently a building has collapsed there. Anglesey, A5 Holyhead Road is closed between the turns for Gwalchmai and Llangefni. Those are the high winds. Fallen Tree and power lines are across the route between Nant Peris and Bryn Revile. That's the A4086. Between Dolgellau and Bala, the A494, that's closed by a fallen tree. I'm back with more in half an hour.
It is all West Coast, isn't it? It's all westy.
Yeah. It's not grand.
Careful in the West, please, if you don't mind, because we need you, as your friends and family do too. So, Miss Ellie, she's just come back from holiday, and can't you tell?
Yeah.
We've already had the Foundations Build Me Up Buttercup. We've already had Nile Rodgers and George Michael, and now we've got Run DMC and Aerosmith on Tuesday blooming morning.
I think she's been rested.
Crack open the cocktails, come on now. I can't cope with this on a Tuesday. Well, no, I can. That's the point. I can cope with it. Okay. Right, Run DMC and Aerosmith, Walk This Way. I'll do what I'm told. No problem with that at all. 5 to 7, Vassos here. Morning, Vassos.
Good morning, Chris.
So you've been writing again this morning?
Writing again this morning.
Up at 2?
2:45.
2:45.
Rewriting yesterday's rubbish.
And this is your... Don't say that. Don't say that out loud.
Well, now it's brilliant. Now I've got up at 2:45.
Be careful, be careful. How you choose your words. So this is running book number 2.
Yes, it is.
And it's got to be out for Christmas. You're going to have to hurry up.
No, it's not out for Christmas.
Oh, thank heaven for that.
But it's
if you're
got to
still
be
writing, we're in trouble.
I've got to press send by November.
All right, that's okay then, isn't it? Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, my initial plan
Yes.
was to get it all written before the summer, have the summer to kind of take stock, not think about it, and come back to it in October and just tinker.
See, in the oldie days of ye typewriter, you know, you don't want to be finishing your book anywhere around the beginning of November. Not with all those naked flames around.
Absolutely right.
Oh, can you imagine?
I know.
Can you imagine? What is the bit where what is the film where Colin Firth plays the author and all his pages blow away?
Oh, Love Actually.
Is it Love Actually?
It is Love Actually, yeah.
See, I thought it was Love Actually, but somehow I can't get from the lake back to central London. Because the lake's in Portugal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how does that... How does
Because
that work?
he's in... No, she's Portuguese.
I know.
The lake's in France.
Oh, is it?
She's cleaning for him.
Blimey, O'Reilly.
And...
All this happens in one movie.
And then he goes back to London, learns Portuguese to come back to France to woo her.
Aren't they clever, these people who write things, write the scripts? And the irony of course, the script blows away, and the script blowing away is in a script that didn't blow away.
Yes,
oh,
exactly.
Giddy on. Right, back pages, please. Have they blown away yet?
They haven't. We have lots of pictures of Harry Kane stretching on the back pages this morning. You Can't Harry Love is the back page of The Sun. A Kane, the Real deal, Spurs value Kane at more than £200 million. Basically, Tottenham are in Madrid playing Real Madrid tonight, and the Telegraph have got the sort of the anatomy of a Real Madrid major transfer. Step one, target makes vague expression of interest. And this doesn't have to be, in quotes, a come and get me plea. You never rule anything out, is all Harry Kane said. And they're flying with it, basically.
Yeah.
Liverpool in action too tonight, as are Man City.
Okay. Thank you.
Lights are going dim. The sound of your breathing has made the mood I'm in. All of my resistance lying on the floor, taking me to places I've never been before. Ooh, and I can feel it. Way down where the music plays. Way down like a tidal wave. Way down where the fire plays. Way down. Way on down. Ooh, my head is spinning. You got me in your spell. 100 magic fingers, a swirling carousel. Medicine within me, the doctor could prescribe. Your love is doing something that I just can't describe. Ooh, when I can feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Way down with the music plays.
Elvis Presley, Way Down. So Bass and I just discussing the Liverpool Man U game over the weekend, and the fact that now that Jose's moved his back line up 10 yards from last season, he's pushing a bit further forward, but he's still got 5 across the back. Is that still him technically parking the bus? Because even though he's moved up the pitch, there's still 5 across the back. I don't know. But I'll tell you what I do know is that people who think they know loads about football get really annoyed when people they don't think know a lot about football start discussing it, because there's not that much to know about football, and they don't want the secret to come out of the box. It's not rocket science, is it? How do they talk about it for so long, for centuries? How does that work? I mean, don't get me wrong, love a good game of footy. This is BBC Radio 2. We're online, on digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM. It's 7 o'clock. Here's Justine Green with the news.
BBC News at 7 o'clock on Tuesday the 17th of October. Good morning. Dinner in Brussels has secured Theresa May a pledge of accelerated Brexit talks with the EU, but no breakthrough on deadlocked issues. People in the Republic of Ireland have been warned it could be days before their power is reconnected in the wake of Storm Ophelia. And analysis of proposed changes to MPs' constituencies has found they would have won the Conservatives the election. Theresa May and the President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, have agreed to accelerate the Brexit negotiations. However, a statement issued after a working dinner in Brussels last night made no mention of any movement on the key issues, including how much the UK will have to pay when it leaves the EU. From Brussels, Gavin Lee reports.
The talks at the European Commission building lasted 90 minutes. Afterwards, Theresa May and Jean-Claude Juncker cordially hugged and kissed goodbye. A short while later, a joint statement was released declaring that both sides agree that efforts to move the process forward should accelerate over the months to come. This meeting comes a day after a phone conversation between Theresa May and Angela Merkel, when it's reported that the Prime Minister personally urged the German Chancellor to end the Brexit standoff. After a diplomatically polite evening, this week's EU Leaders Summit will show if Theresa May's involvement has broken any deadlock and moved things along.
European plane maker Airbus has taken a stake in the C-Series jet, which is built by Bombardier, partly in Belfast. The United States has proposed tough import duties on the plane, threatening jobs. The new deal could get around those duties. Bombardier says it was great news for the Belfast operation. Nearly 300,000 households are without power in Northern Ireland and the Irish Republic after Storm Ophelia swept through, damaging homes and killing 3 people. Strong winds have been continuing. Paul McCusker runs a soup kitchen in Belfast.
Most people who would be sleeping rough in Belfast, those are homeless, have all got shelter, thankfully. Right across Northern Ireland, there was thousands of people still without power. We've got people who've been affected by fallen trees on their homes and cars as well. So really difficult number of hours here.
Power companies say it could be a number of days before people get their electricity back, and for some in the Irish Republic it could be up to 10 days. Our correspondent Chris Page is on Northern Ireland's north coast.
Schools in Northern Ireland will be off for a second day, likewise in the Irish Republic. There'll be a huge clean-up operation, though. There are trees down, there are electricity poles down, engineers from the electricity company here just assessing the damage, how they can put things right.
The American State Department has called for calm after Iraqi government forces seized the northern city of Kirkuk and nearby oil fields from Kurdish control. Armoured vehicles moved into Kirkuk yesterday in a sudden advance. Kurdish authorities have accused Baghdad of triggering a war, but Iraq's Vice President Ayad Alawi has told the BBC his government wants a peaceful resolution.
I just spoken to Mr. Barzani myself. I spoken to the French presidency and to some Arab leaders, and I am calling for de-escalation of the issue to resort to negotiations, direct bilateral negotiations between Erbil and Baghdad. We hope that this will take place.
An analysis of plans to redraw the map of parliamentary constituencies across Britain suggests the Conservatives could have won an overall majority if the changes had been in place for the election in June. The proposals, being published by the 3 boundary commissions for England, Scotland and Wales, are designed to even out the number of voters in each seat. Here's our political correspondent Leila Nathu.
These latest plans, published by the independent boundary commissions, have taken into account feedback from an initial consultation. Analysis of the proposals for the BBC, Sky and ITN suggests that had the new boundaries taken effect at June's election, Theresa May could have won an overall majority of 16. The government says the review is needed to ensure fair and equal representation for voters, but Labour describes the plans as unfair and undemocratic. The proposals will now go out to consultation again until December, with final plans being submitted to Parliament in autumn next year.
The BBC has confirmed it's dropping the late-night edition of the Crime Watch programme after 33 years. In a statement, the corporation said its daytime Crime Watch Roadshow, which also features police appeals, was the best fit for the future. And the weather. The remnants of Storm Ophelia will bring strong winds for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England until this afternoon, but then they should ease. It will be drier, brighter and fresher elsewhere before some rain arrives in the south later, and temperatures will reach 17 Celsius in London, 15 in Cardiff and 13 in Belfast and Edinburgh. BBC News, it's 7:05.
Thank you very much, Justine. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Online, on digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your radio talking. And we want to wish you all a very happy Tuesday morning.
This is your wake-up call.
Justine.
Good morning, friends. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go with another breakfast show on Radio 2. Day 2 of the X-Files. Coming up later. I know. It's all right, I know. But first of all, representing Cambridge, Jane Ainscough has curlers in as she prepares to model at a charity fashion show in the city centre's Grand Arcade. And she also rallied her girlfriends together to strut their stuff too and raise some serious dollars for charity. Representing Llansil, or Llandysol. Sorry, Lynn. Phil Barbary is making the 227-mile trip from the west coast of Wales to London as he gets his groove on with Joss Stone tonight at the Royal Festival Hall. And representing Birmingham, Stephen Delaney is treating grandkids Freya and Kobe to a trad British day out. They're from Oz, but today they're going to be on a bus, eating fish and chips, going to the Penny Arcades, and an ice cream by the sea. What a lovely day. Today's show is dedicated to Team GB's independent shops. And today's show's entitled When You Support Small Business, You Support Dream.
Everything's going my way. Oh, what a
Good morning, Britain, and welcome to another day here on planet Earth.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Really know what's going on here with the music, to be honest. I mean, there's nothing bad at all. I can only presume that Miss Ellie and Mr. Bones, jointly in charge of the music on The Breakfast Show, perhaps thought, because of yesterday's orange sky, dark orange sky, sort of Terry's chocolate orange sky, sort of mid-afternoon, that the apocalypse was upon us. So they're going to party, not like it's 1999, like it's all over, because listen to what's on there. Listen to this, listen to this. If you didn't hear the first half hour, you may not know what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you, it is party time on Tuesday morning here on Radio 2.
You're listening to the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 2.
Tom Chaplin on the way, Ben Ladies on the way, Foxes on the way. Morning, Chris, says Linda. I am up, ready to walk the dogs in prep to leave their house early to get to the 9 o'clock ferry from Holyhead to Dublin. Please tell Lynn I have called the ferry line and found out there is a 2-hour delay. Okay. That's going straight into Lynn. But please be careful if you're catching big things that can be blown around today. Please be careful. And only do so if you absolutely have to. And even then, maybe not. Chris, I've put the heated seats on, and it says here, Chris, by the way, in Melksham, that you've licked the car doors. I'm presuming you've locked them. You may well have licked them. Tasty. And the music's that good, I'm not getting out. Well, I don't know what's going on. I mean, no complaints here at all. But I'm not sure I can keep a lid on my endorphins. Music's on fire. Leslie Ball in Chesterfield says, morning, Chris. Yesterday I was working from home. Oh, were you? Yeah. Working from home. Yes, yes. Don't worry. We've all got the inverted commas fingers. What do you call those things now? Rabbit. Is that what you call them? In the air, she's working from home. When I heard the poached egg recipes, I just had to give it a try, and so I gave the Dealey Smith recipe a go. The result, I've had my first ever perfectly cooked by my own fair hand poached egg in my life. Served it with smoked bacon and tomato. Delicious. Amazing. Thank you. You're very welcome. The X-Files Day 2 continues later. And by the way, just be careful with your bacon accessorising of anything eggy, because if you have your perfect egg, here's the reason you can't have a fried egg and bacon sandwich. You have to have the two separately, because the residual heat from the bacon will overcook the yolk once it's time to stick it in your gob. Seriously, just be careful out there. Unless you first of all calculate the fact you're going to undercook the yolk of the egg first, so the bacon can do its thing and everything will be all right in the end. But no, it's not going to work. You have to be a genius to do that. Right, what else was I going to say here? Oh, kids, you need to call 08000 280 1891. This show is already too busy for itself.
Easy to think we're screwed.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Reading the front page news, but swimming a sea of tears ain't gonna soothe our fears. Look to the million lights, shimmering satellites, shining in the sky tonight. We're on a blue-green ball, forever in free fall, spinning beneath our feet. Love as our gravity, under a million lights, shimmering satellites, shining in the sky tonight. So alone when we're faced with the dark. We all struggle to find the right path. So turn your light on. 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 Just turn your lights on. Turn your light on. Turn your light on. Turn your light on. Turn your light on now. We are a million lights, shimmering satellites, tracing the beautiful night, comets and satellites, shining in the sky tonight. It's easy to think we're screwed, reading the front page news. So alone when we're faced with the dark. We all struggle to find the right path. So alone when we're faced with the dark. So turn your light on.
Record of the week for Ken. Or for the whole of us? I didn't realise we had a collective record of the week. How have I not known that? 12 years. Nobody told me. What else haven't they told me? Tom Chaplin, Under a Million Lights Now. Here we go. You ready for this, everyone? Listen to this. Listen to this. Stop what you're doing and listen to this. Tom Chaplin's Under a Million Lights. It's not only our record of the week, but it's the first single from his forthcoming Christmas album, 12 Tales of Christmas, to be released on the 17th of November 2017, which means that we've just played our first Christmas record of Christmas 2017. Hurrah! Ah! Panic! All those things. Isn't it nice? They're very nice. Very nice. Now, what about the weather? Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Chris.
What can you tell us about where we are with the wind and the rain and the storm?
Well, as ex-Hurricane Ophelia continues to travel northeastwards, heading towards Scandinavia, it will bring a few hours of gale force gusts of wind to southeast Scotland and northeast England, as far south as the South Pennines. So we're looking at gusts of 60 miles an hour, possibly at times 70 miles an hour. These are damaging gusts. They could do damage to buildings, cause power cuts, travel disruption. And if you're in a light or high-sided vehicle, do take extra care. But through the morning, the wind will slowly ease. There's also some heavy rain and strong winds across northern Scotland and also the coasts of northwest England this morning. But all of that will ease, and that means that by the afternoon, for Scotland and for northern England, we're going to have an afternoon of sunshine and showers and still blustery winds, just not as strong as this morning. For Northern Ireland, it's still windy first thing this morning, but you'll find it's going to settle down through the day with sunshine and showers and lighter winds. And once again, some of the showers could be heavy. But for the rest of England and Wales, although there still are some coastal gales off the coast of West Wales, they'll tend to ease in the next couple of hours. And for most, it's going to be a day of sunshine and a few showers, with rain coming into the southwest of England later on, possibly getting into South Wales. The other thing you'll notice is there's a cooler feel to the weather than yesterday. Yesterday, the top temperature in the southeast was 24 Celsius. Today in London, we're looking at 17. For Belfast and for Edinburgh, 13. Plymouth and Manchester, 14. And Cardiff, 15.
All right, thank you, Carol. You're up to date. And more about the orange sky, the dark orange sky, later that lots of us saw. It's so dark. It was very apocalyptic. It really was. And it was amazing. Many people took thousands and thousands of photographs, and lots of those photographs in the papers, on the front page of some of the papers today. They're quite astonishing. So how did that dark orange sky, that burnt orange sky come about yesterday? We'll talk about that later. Also talking about the science of cooking later, on the back of the poached egg debate. The poached egg hot potato, if you like, if you can say that, from yesterday's show. The Eggs Files, day 2, that continues. And who are we talking to at 20 to 9 this morning? Sorry, I forgot. Oh, yes, listen to this. Oh, it's massive. It's that time of year. Birmingham. It's the Camper Van and Caravan exhibition. Ken Bruce normally has to take this week off for a lie down, but he's come in because he's sort of learning over the years how to cope with this. He hates caravans. I don't know where he sits officially on camper vans, but I know that he hates caravans. Anyway, we love them. Ken can think what he likes about them. I've got one. He can borrow it for the weekend. I should try and convert him in a convertible. That could be interesting, couldn't it? Yeah, we could do that, I suppose. So we're going to talk to somebody about that. 100,000 people converging on the convertible convention. Oh, I like that. In Birmingham over the next few days. I wish I could be there. I wanted to go last year, but I couldn't get there. I'm going to give him a trombone. I found it. Okay, here we go. Now, we're talking about new listeners at the moment. We've had 6 in the last 11 shows. Today, can't quite believe this. You, the new listeners, you're claiming 3 new listeners on one day. This could be too much for me to cope with. Chris has been listening now for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And I've decided, yes, you'll do for me. All right. Okay, well, I'm loving this too. Who are you? You're Gareth, and you are in South Wales. Thank you very much, Gareth, in South Wales. He's enjoying the show. Keep up the good work. Well, we'll try to, okay? It's sort of in the contract, that bit, okay? But I know what you're saying. Tracy Palmer says, just thought I'd let you know, been with you now for 4 weeks as a new listener whilst I'm on my way to work. I won't lie, I discovered Simon Mayer first on Drive Time, but then I left the radio all morning, and there you were the next day. Well, that's how it works. Thank you, Simon. Simon, we have a shared new listener. Converts Radio 2 now. Have fun. We are having fun. Even more so, thanks to you. Sarah says, I've been deciding something over the last few weeks whilst driving from Exeter to Barnstable, getting stuck behind queues and tractors. I've decided, and I can now confirm, I am, in fact, a new listener to your show. Okay, there you go. That's all shared by three.
Please stand by for roll call. Zoe Ball. 3, 2, 1. Graham Norton.
Here. I mean, Graham Norton is go.
Trevor Nelson. Nelson.
All right, ready?
Craig Charles. Craig Charles.
Craig Charles is go.
This completes the roll call. Good luck, everyone.
From Saturday Breakfast with Dermot.
We have loads going on this morning.
Through the best in guests with Graham and Zoe.
I don't know if it'll enhance your listening enjoyment, but I am wearing dungarees.
To the perfect feel-good music with Trevor and Craig.
Oh, you want some fun, do you? And some soul.
Craig does talk like that, doesn't he? Sound effects.
With our stellar crew on board,
we are good for landing.
your weekends are in safe hands.
The weekend has landed. Saturdays from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
Chris, what was that you just played there? Well, that's the new listener fanfare. That's the alert. It's the new listener earworm. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what it is there, you see. Right, today's On This Day 4. The 17th of October comes to us courtesy of a pop rock trio who take on London's Royal Albert Hall for a special one-off show tonight. It's the boys from Busted, James, Matt and Charlie. Good morning, lads.
Good morning, Chris.
It's over to you three.
On this day in 1980, the Queen became the first British monarch to make a state visit to the Vatican.
In 1976, the first episode of The New Avengers was broadcast in the UK.
In 1831, Felix Mendelssohn's first piano concerto in G premiered in Munich.
In 1986, Barcelona was chosen as the venue for the 1992 Olympic Games. Birmingham received only 8 votes.
And finally, on this day in 1998, Canadian rock band The Bare Naked Ladies went to number 1 on the US singles chart with 1 week. It got to number 5 on the UK singles chart.
Thank you very much. I was expecting a bit more, but I don't know why. Because I've got the script in front of me and that's where it ends. Anyway.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Back to the Bare Naked Ladies.
And said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get that together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now, I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet Swiss. I like the sushi, cause it's never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Big like Leanne rhymes, because I'm all about value. Bert Camper's got the mad hits. You try to match wits, you try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a bake out like a stinking Nick and shake out like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the show cause then you'll know the vertigo is gonna go cause it's so dangerous you'll have to sign a waiver. Can't I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, well you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Threw your arms in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me. I still got the red burns on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. You realize it's not my fault, but I'm only too soon. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, and now I'll sit back and wait till you say you're sorry.
China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Watching X-Files with no lights on, with all our maze on. I hope the Smoky Man's in this one, like Harrison Ford. I'm getting frantic, like Sting I'm tantric, like Snickers guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of better clubs, gonna find the kind with tiny enough just so my irons aren't always flying off the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon, cause the cartoonist got the boom anime babes to make me think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of losing my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Dropped your arms to the sides and said I'm sorry. 5 days since I laughed at you and said you just did just what I thought you were gonna do. 3 days since the living room. We realized we're both to blame, but what could we do?
So Radio 2's finger on the pulse is back. Back. Lynn Bowles. So perceptive.
Can't say what I said.
You're like our very own Poirot, and that makes me Captain Hastings.
Fabulous.
Which means I've got a 1931 2D to Lagonda somewhere in the garage, which I'm fine about. And this is my associate, Captain Hastings, who doesn't really do anything. He's a a bit like what's... Oh, or is he there? Someone for him to talk to, for him to sort of articulate his thoughts to.
Why is that, Poirot? He seemed like a nice chap to me.
Yes. Rather upstanding pillar of the society.
No.
I see what you mean.
Yes, I think you might be a plot device.
He's good. Is that what they
You're just a plot. You are just a plot device to
you
me.
Should take
Chris.
one off more often. No, and I mean that in a nice way.
Well, it can be arranged.
She comes back on fire as always. So here we go. Fee and Willif from Constantine Bay in Cornwall. Chris lifted the poached egg out the pan with your potato masher suggestion this morning. Absolute genius. Well, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
That is a good idea.
Well, you're welcome. By the way, if you ever text us again, Fee, on that subject. On that very subject, when we do this again in 2 years' time, because we do that, because we forget we've done it first time around, why don't you say this? Hi, Chris, decanted your poached egg out of the pan with a potato masher this morning, because that's the verb you want. I was driving home thinking, is it lifted? Is it transferred? Transferred is probably better. And I'm thinking, no, you decant them, don't you? You decant an egg
up with that
from the pan to the... Well, I often do that.
Yeah, you think, what I should
honestly,
have said.
some days when the show's over, it's so much better in the car on the
We
way
should
home.
do it again.
7:27.
Strong winds still affecting Scottish bridges, Friarton Bridge, Clackmannanshire Bridge, Queensferry Crossing. Those closer to High Siders are the Tay Road and the Erskine Bridges. M6, 2 lanes closed by an overturned vehicle. This is southbound junction 40 to 39, Penrith to Shap. Queues on the A38. This is southbound from into Derby from Ripley. Now, John called about this. He says it's very slow this morning. There are a couple of escorted vehicles which are at the head of that queue. That's why it's so slow. Herefordshire, vehicles overturned onto the A44 Bromyard bypass. That's partly blocked the road in both directions between Bromyard and Nightwick. Thanks to a caller for warning me on that one. You've got a queue on the M40 if you're southbound 10 to 9, Brackley to Oxford. Trucker 29 says a stranded vehicle is to blame for that one. Cambridgeshire accident on the A14. This one's eastbound before you get to the A1 at junction 21. Ken says the queues are back to junction 22, which is Ellington. Southbound M1, that's slow. 12, Toddington to 9, the A5. Matty says it's breakdown at the front, and an accident in Hampshire is delaying the A3 northbound past Liphook, back with more than half now.
Don on the M42 is like a dog with a bone, Lynn.
What have we done now?
He won't let it go. He says, Chris, I'd like to repeat my assertion from yesterday. He's having another
All right,
go.
Don, all right.
Here we go. It's poaching multiple eggs that's the issue. When you have guests for the weekend,
Yes.
preparing breakfast, poaching one egg at a time won't work. The first one will be cold by the time the others are ready. Don, when you get guests round, we all know.
Do we?
It's scrambled eggs. You don't give them the option, for heaven's sake. Tell him, I've got a life too, Don. You tell him that, my friend. Right. Good morning, B.
Good morning, Chris.
How you doing, B from Brighton? You all right?
Yes.
B from Brighton. B Broad Ashman from Brighton is 9 years of age. And what did you do for the first time ever yesterday?
We went to Disneyland Paris.
And apparently you're still living in Disneyland Paris. What's it like?
It's really fun and
All right.
amazing.
What did you see yesterday?
We saw a dragon in the parade.
All right, okay. Can't quite hear you. Can you just repeat that one more time, please?
We saw a fire-breathing dragon in the parade.
There you go. Now we can hear you, and it was definitely well worth repeating. A fire-breathing dragon in the parade. Not only is it dramatic, not only do the kids love it, but it could keep you warm on a cold October Parisian night. Now, have they got the Christmas show on?
No, they
I think that's about to kick in. I saw the advert for that on the telly yesterday. Right, you love the robots from Star Wars, and did you go in any of the shops there?
Yeah, we went in the gigantic Star Wars shop.
Did you buy anything?
No, we didn't.
All right, okay. Maybe today. Maybe Mummy and Daddy will sort that out today. All right, mark yourself out of 10, please, if you don't mind.
1,000 out of 10.
1,000 out of 10, all right. Thank you, B. Live from Paris. Eleanor Hayward's here now. Good morning, Eleanor.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Eleanor from Tottingham in northern Manchester, and she's just 5.5 years old. Eleanor, thanks so much for calling this show. And what are you doing for the first time ever today?
Irish dancing after school.
After school. All right, everybody, after school. Irish dancing after school today. She'll come back tomorrow and tell us how that was. I'm sure it'll be swell. Justine Green now with the 7:30 headlines on Radio 2.
BBC News headlines. Theresa May and the European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker have issued a joint statement saying Brexit negotiations should accelerate over the months to come. But there's been no word on key issues, such as how much the UK will have to pay when it leaves the EU. Airbus is to take a majority stake in Bombardier's C-Series jet project in a move which could safeguard jobs in Belfast. 1,000 people work there building the plane's wings, but their future has been threatened by a trade dispute with America. The charity Childline says it's helping record numbers of suicidal young people in the UK. Figures show the helpline provided an average of 62 counselling sessions a day over the last 12 months, an increase of 15% on the previous year. Storm Ophelia has hit southwest Scotland and northwest England. Schools will also be closed for a second day in Northern Ireland and the Irish Republic because of that. And today's weather forecast, wet and windy for Northern England, Northern Ireland and Scotland, but drier everywhere else. Those are the BBC headlines. Our next news at 8.
All right, so it's Justine's golden oldie for the next few weeks.
Certainly is.
So nearly 3 weeks, nearly 3.
Yeah, 3 weeks, all but a day.
Yeah, we'll just say 3.
Yeah.
People won't notice. They never do. All right, off you go.
Or I might just lock the door and stay here. What do you think?
Fine by me. Fine by me.
Today's Golden Oldie is chosen by Carl Jubb from Ribchester in Lancashire, and he says, at the end of every week, Mum would go to the bingo, which gave my dad a chance to put on his records and play them slightly louder than Mum would allow. One of his favourites for the special Sunday evening ritual was this classic. The track that takes Carl back is Neil Sedaka with Oh Carol.
Thank you, oh Justine. So if a song ends like that, and many do, especially Maverick songs, does that make it automatically a cha-cha-cha because it ends with cha-cha-cha or not? Anybody know? Any musicologists listening at the moment on the text 88291, please? We'd like to know the answer to that. Now, we talked about Busted at the Albert Hall tonight. Thursday night, Cause play the Albert Hall. Friday morning, they're coming straight here to play on this show live.
There's pain on the border as far as the eyes can see, and hell's getting busy while we're in the cheap seats. My girl in a tutu, boy shoes too big for her feet. How many lies long until we admit what we see? Blame it on love, blame it on sorrow, blame it on a star that fell too soon, or Jupiter calling. Can you hear them cry? SOS. Someone help.
So Cause, live at the Albert Hall on Thursday night, and then coming straight here. They're not going to bed, and they're going to play live on this show 4 songs Friday morning.
The finest stars of the London stage are ready to celebrate another incredible year of theatre. But there's one thing left undecided.
The London Theatre Awards 2017.
Last year, you voted Jesus Christ Superstar as the winner of the BBC Radio 2 Audience Award for Best Musical at the London Theatre Awards. Now, it's time to decide who deserves this year's crown. The shortlist has been announced and voting is now open.
For terms and conditions and to cast your vote, head to the Radio 2 website.
Voting closes on Sunday, the 29th of October.
Right, talking of live music, we have Busted at the Albert Hall tonight. We got the Cause at the Albert Hall on Thursday. We got them live on the show on Friday. Next summer, should we fast forward to next summer? British Summer Hyde Park, British Summer Time rather, Hyde Park 2018 has just booked. We have him here, Bruno Mars, to play live. Now that's going to be wonderful because he is one of the greatest live performers in the world. Do you remember when he played the Brits a couple of years ago and he stopped the show? Okay, I know it's next year, and the reason I'm mentioning it now is because we're going to play him next. So just remember this bit in about 2 minutes' time. That's why we're playing him. Okay, good, excellent. Christoph, here we go. Look at our brand new camper van. That's not a camper van, is it? That's a massive motorhome. Oh, my goodness me. Darren Haley, Chloe and James from Colchester have sent us a picture of their brand new motorhome. It's their first and it's massive. I mean, you know, talk about in at the deep end. Why the heck not? We bought our first motorhome at the weekend and she's already tuned into Radio 2. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. How big is a radio? Slightly larger on the drive than it looked. I'm not surprised. I mean, this is a full-on sort of Formula One size motorhome, you know, and you've got to be careful with the motorhomes and drives. They're sort of they're the outdoor yard equivalent of widescreen tellies indoors. You know, you got to measure twice, buy once. If you know what I'm saying there. Everything looks smaller in the shops, doesn't it? Especially Mars bars nowadays. Anyway, moving on. The papers. First of all, Peter in Berkeley says, all that Sahara sand is on our cars in the southwest this morning. What Sahara sand? Well, here we go. The front page of all the papers today. The Times, Red October, storm brings heat and dust. The Sun, the hint of Red October. Very nice, very nice. The front page of the Mail, the day Britain turned orange. Marmalade skies, Storm Ophelia casts her eerie glow over the UK. On the front page of the Telegraph, Ophelia whips up Saharan dust to turn the sky red. So how did our sky turn this sort of burnt, deep, dark marmalade orange yesterday afternoon? And just before it happened, wherever it happened, and it happened in lots of places, it just went very, very dark. I mean, it was almost as black as the night. It really was. I was at my mum's house 2:30 in the afternoon. We had to turn all the lights on and we thought, what the heck is happening here? Anyway, so the reason it happened, here's how it happened, explained briefly in layman's terms, which is what we sort of need. Well, it's definitely what I need. On Saturday, Hurricane Ophelia whipped around 40 tons of sand up from the Sahara 6 miles up into the sky, because it seems that Hurricane Ophelia came more from the south than I thought. I thought it came directly from the east, but it came from the south. Just off the coast of southern Europe and northern Africa. So that's what happened on Saturday. Saturday, she picks up all this sand from the Sahara. On Sunday, she draws in smoke already in the atmosphere north of the Sahara from wildfires that have been raging for the past few weeks in Spain and Portugal. That's what happened next. And then yesterday, the sun glowed strangely red as the dust was scattered throughout the blue sky. And what happens with this dust? It allows light waves from the red end of the spectrum through, but blocks all the others. Therefore, it glows red. And that's what happened. And it was fascinating, spellbinding, and for a while, it has to be said, a little bit concerning, but very dramatic. Anyway, the point is, it's over now. Okay, from the temporary orange planet to the of the permanently orange planet.
'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long, for too long. Yeah, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long, for too long. Can I just stay here, spend the rest of my days here? Can I just stay here, spend the rest of my days here? 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long. For too long, yeah, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven.
Bruno Mars booked to play live in Hyde Park. The British Summertime concerts continue in 2018. Tickets on sale Friday the 20th of October. Tickets for Car Fest North and South 2018 go on sale on November the 9th. That's a Thursday, and I'm getting it right now to everybody's relief. Ooh! Good ooze there, aren't they? Ooh! He really gives it plenty there. He gives his ooze plenty of oomph.
Yeah, it's not an ooh like he's just having a sit down.
It's coming from
It's
the
a
tummy.
proper ooh.
Try an ooh from the tummy. Go on. Ooh! I think it got lost somewhere in your throat. Hijacked somewhere. Ambushed in your throat. Give it another go. Go on. Ooh! That's it.
There you go.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Ooh! 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 Right, Chris, how do they know it was 40 tons of sand? I don't know. It's a good point, well made. How do they know that Hurricane Ophelia scooped up 40 tons of sand from the Sahara? I don't know. Pretty obvious there. Thanks for listening, Steph. I've no idea. Sorry. That's the newspaper article I'm scrunching up there, not your text. Right, ich bin ein Berliner. Why was that such a strange thing and such a derided thing for JFK to say when he was in Berlin? Because we heard that Ein Berliner is a donut. It's a jam-filled donut. It's a donut oozing with jam. It's got plenty of jam oozing out of the sides of it. So what was wrong with it? I don't understand. Because a Berliner... Because we said, OK, well, what is somebody from Berlin called then, if they're not a Berliner? No, they are a Berliner. So the jam-filled donut can be a Berliner. And if you're from Berlin, you can be a Berliner. However, we have myriad German teachers listening to the show. And we love you all, you German teachers. There are so many of you who have contacted the show. I won't name you individually, but they say, look, the point is, you numpo. Actually, none of them said that. I just sort of felt that. Yeah. But I feel like most seconds of the day anyway. He missed out. Sorry, he included the word ein. And ein Berliner is a donut. If he'd have said ich bin Berliner, then that would have been fine. And that's where everybody laughed. And that's the thing.
One small step for a man.
Yeah.
Yes. Very well done there, Vassos. Okay, all I've got on this side of the desk are the poached egg recipes at the moment. But I'm okay, I'm happy with that. Right, sport very early, whilst I muster me poached egg recipes, and they'll be on the air in a mo.
I'm going to start with a big boxing news this morning. Anthony Joshua will not defend his heavyweight world titles against Kubrat Pulyev, who is injured. Carlos Takam has stepped in for the bout in Cardiff next weekend. Who is he? Let's call Steve Bunce.
In theory, he's been training for about 2 months. If we believe that, then we have at least a fit Carlos Takam. He's 36 years of age. Some reports say he's 37. But most importantly, he's only about 6'1", and in fact, he fights small. That's going to put him about 5 or 6 inches shorter than Joshua on the night, which doesn't look good.
70,000 tickets already been sold. Football, it's Champions League week. I like these, especially when you have the top of the Premier League, Man City, against top of Serie A, Napoli. But we hear Napoli may rest players tonight. Actually, game of the week, champions Real Madrid against Tottenham in Madrid. Maurizio Pochettino's Tottenham.
We try to put Tottenham in that level, trying to fight for big things, not only on England, if not in Europe. It's a big opportunity to show us that we can compete in this level.
Also tonight, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool are in Maribor in Slovenia.
Yes, we need to be confident. Yes, we need to be brave. Yes, we need to be concentrated against a typical top team of a European league, a good football playing team.
So that's the Champions League. The other big football news around this morning, Mike Ashley wants to sell Newcastle and he wants to do it by Christmas. Come in, former Newcastle winger, Chris Waddle.
It'll probably be somebody overseas, let's be honest, and they need to throw a lot of money. It's pointless coming in and saying, well, I'm going to do what Mike's done. Fans will not be happy. You're looking basically at somebody who's got a lot of money to throw at it.
Last night, Leicester drew 1-1 with West Brom. Terrific game. And Tiger Woods has been cleared to start playing golf freely again.
Thank you. Not quite golfing yet. Here's Lynn with the travel.
Strong winds affecting the Scottish bridges, so extra care needed. Those close to high siders are the Tay Road and the Erskine bridges. M6, 2 lanes closed by an overturned vehicle, southbound 40 to 39, Penrith to Shap. Queues on the A38 southbound into Derby from Ripley. Our callers are saying a couple of slow-moving escorted vehicles went through there, which is why it's so slow. Also, Herefordshire vehicles overturned onto the A44 Bromyard bypass. That's partly blocked both directions between Bromyard and Knightwick. Queues on the M40 southbound, as you would expect, 10 to 9, Brackley through to Oxford. But a stranded vehicle a little bit earlier on really slowed it down. It's been removed now, though. Cambridgeshire, accident on the A14 eastbound, just before Junction 21, the A1 at Brampton Hut. The queues are beyond Junction 22, Ellington. Accident in Hampshire, that's delaying traffic on the A3 northbound past Liphook. Between Dolgellau and Bala, the A494 is closed by a fallen tree. Train news, delays of 60 minutes and some cancellations on Virgin West Coast and Trans-Pennine Express services between Motherwell and Carlisle after a fallen tree was removed back for more than half an hour.
All right, so poached egg recipes, other ones to rival Dealey's, which now it is justified. It is proven that it is the best poached egg recipe in the world. It's one that I recommended. Dealey came up with it. I actually got it wrong. I said at the beginning of today's show, you have this frying pan, a small frying pan. You bring the water to the boil, and you crack the egg in there, and you leave it on the hob on the heat for 20 seconds. Then you take it off and you let it rest for 8 to 10 minutes. It wasn't 20 seconds; it was 2 minutes. That bit was wrong.
Okay.
We found that out very quickly from 2,000 or 3,000 people, and then it was all right again. But now this was because you've got Gordon Ramsay coming up with the rival recipe for poached eggs, and Nigella Lawson and Mary Berry. But what are those? I'll read them out later.
Oh, good.
Read them out later.
Did we put any... I wasn't here yesterday. Did we put any vinegar in with it first? You know, any white wine?
You can if you want to.
Okay, all right.
And you can put salt in, but salt affects the boiling point of the water.
Mm-hmm.
You can do all that stuff, but this is basically getting the consistency of the white and the yolk perfect. Okay. Now, we'll read those other recipes out at 8:10 this morning. However, before we talk about a man who is an expert on food science, and he can talk to us about poached eggs. But somebody else is saying, look, you placated the guy who requested a recipe for multiple poached eggs for all his guests at the weekend earlier on by saying scrambled eggs. Do you have a scrambled egg recipe? Well, yes, I do, but I can't do it all today. I can do that tomorrow. But I will tell you my scrambled egg recipe, and it's not Dealey's, this one, is the best scrambled egg recipe in the world. In the world.
Don't you need...
Maybe the universe.
A tanker full of butter, though, for that one.
Well, yes, it does involve the phrase, gradually add knobs of butter, how much, ? As much as you dare. Okay, that's where we are with
Quite
that
a
one.
lot.
Yeah, and it takes 20 minutes to scramble proper scrambled eggs because, in fact, they shouldn't be scrambled. They should end up flaked. 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 Flaked.
On a hippie trailhead full of zombies, I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under, where women go and men wonder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I come from a land down under, from Peter's Flow and Manchester. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
listening to the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 2.
Woke up cold one Tuesday. I'm looking tired and feeling quite sick. I felt like there was something missing in my day-to-day life. So I quickly opened the wardrobe, pulled out some jeans and a t-shirt that seemed clean, topped it off with a pair of old shoes that were ripped around the seams. And I thought, these shoes just don't suit me. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. No, short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, 'cause I'm wearing my brand new shoes. Woke up late one Thursday and I'm seeing stars as I'm rubbing my eyes, and I felt like there were 2 days missing as I focused on the time. Then I made my way to the kitchen, but I had to stop from the shock of what I found. A room full of all of my friends, all dancing round and round. And I thought, hello new shoes, bye-bye blues. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything is right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. No, short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, 'cause I'm wearing my brand new shoes. Take me wandering through these streets where bright lights and angels meet. Stone to stone they take me on. I'm walking till the break of dawn. Take me wandering through these streets where bright lights and angels meet. Stone to stone they take me on. I'm walking till the break of dawn.
Brilliant new book out for Christmas, The Science of Cooking. Dr. Stuart Farrimond. Looking at the egg section here, he opens up with know your eggs before you even think about cooking them. Goose eggs, hen's eggs, duck's eggs, quail's eggs, your hen's eggs. Size the egg, size the pan, heat of the water, temperature of the egg, when it goes into the water. All those variables. Donna in Darwin says, oh, Chris. Oh, Donna. You really are opening a can of worms with the scrambled eggs. That's not easy. I love Prue Leith's recipe, which also involves butter, low heat and flaky eggs. Well, it sounds like mine. Could be a lawsuit here. We shall see tomorrow. Or at least you shall hear. And then maybe you should see. Beautiful. Love a bit of Paolo. This is BBC Radio 2 online on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. On Tuesday, the 17th of October, here's Justine Green with the news.
BBC News at 8 o'clock on Tuesday the 17th of October. Good morning. Brexit negotiations are to be accelerated after Theresa May had talks in Brussels, but there's been no breakthrough on the most contentious issues. The aircraft firm Bombardier has struck a deal with Airbus on the future of a plane which has caused a trade row with the US. And new research suggests that house prices across much of England and Wales have actually fallen over the past decade. Theresa May and the President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, have agreed to accelerate the pace of Brexit negotiations. A statement issued after they met for dinner in Brussels last night said their talks had been constructive and friendly, but there was no apparent progress on issues such as how much the UK must pay when it leaves the EU. More from our Europe correspondent Kevin Connolly.
The joint statement released after the dinner at the European Commission was a masterpiece of uncommunicative communication. It recorded formally that Brexit negotiations are taking place between the EU 27 and the UK. There was agreement that the talks should now be accelerated, but no public indication of any new concession that might break the deadlock over Britain's divorce bill. For now, there seems no reason to believe that the EU is softening its demands for further movement from the UK.
Officials in the Irish Republic say it could be days before they restore power to hundreds of thousands of properties following Storm Ophelia. 3 people died as winds gusting up to 100 miles an hour brought down trees and power lines and damaged buildings. The aircraft manufacturer Bombardier has struck a deal with Airbus, which could safeguard 1,000 jobs in Northern Ireland. The European firm is to take a majority stake in Bombardier's C-Series jet project, which has been the subject of a deepening trade dispute with the United States. Our business correspondent Dominic O'Connell explains.
The US now wants to levy a 300% duty on the C-Series, a threat to jobs in Northern Ireland, where Bombardier's Belfast factory is the biggest private sector employer. This deal gives Bombardier a potential way out. It could assemble the plane in Airbus's plants in the southern US state of Alabama. American-made planes are not subject to the 300% duty. In the short term, the deal is good news for Northern Irish jobs, as it should remove the immediate threat to C-Series production.
The US State Department has called for calm after Iraqi government forces seized the northern city of Kirkuk and nearby oil fields from Kurdish control. American officials said there was still much work to be done defeating the Islamic State group, and tensions between Iraqi and Kurdish forces distracted from that vital mission. Childline says it's helping record numbers of suicidal young people in the UK. Figures show the helpline provided an average of 62 counselling sessions a day over the last 12 months, an increase of 15% on the previous year. Wendy Robinson from the charity says it's always shocking to find young people feeling so desperate.
Young people today are under enormous amounts of stress and pressure. When they call us with suicidal feelings, it's often linked to mental health issues, family relationships. I think, again, the hopeful point is that if they are now being more encouraged to talk about it and turn to places like ourselves at Childline, that's a part of it that we want to hold on to, as well as being concerned about them.
An analysis of plans to redraw the map of parliamentary constituencies across Britain suggests the Conservatives would have won the election in June if the changes had been made. The proposals are designed to even out the number of voters in each seat. House prices in large parts of England and Wales are lower than they were 10 years ago. Research carried out by the BBC and the Open Data Institute in Leeds shows that when adjusted for inflation, average values in northern areas have declined by more than 10%. Phil Bodner has the details.
More than 8 million residential property transactions taken from a land registry between 2007 and this July were examined for this analysis. They expose a stark regional divide since the financial crisis. House prices in the east and southeast of England have risen in real terms, often sharply. Those increases skew national figures and can hide the fact in other parts of the country it's been a very different story. In the northeast, Yorkshire and Wales, adjusting for inflation, house prices have fallen in real terms in 9 out of every 10 council wards.
And the weather, Storm Ophelia will bring strong winds for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England until this afternoon, but then they should ease. It will be drier, brighter and fresher elsewhere before some rain arrives in the south. Temperatures will reach 13 Celsius in Edinburgh and Belfast, 15 in Cardiff and 17 in London. BBC News, it's 8:05.
Thank you, thank you, Justine.
Online, digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM, BBC Radio 2.
Here we go. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Do you remember when we used to write cheques a lot more than we do now? And it was a new year, and for the first few checks you get the date. You know that? Well, that's my excuse.
How do you like your eggs in the morning?
I like mine with a kiss.
Tuesday morning, Judy Garland getting us happy for a Tuesday. 6 minutes past 8, Radio 2. The X-Files, Day 2 continues after her.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promised land. We're heading across the river, wash your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Chase your cares away. Hallelujah, get happy before the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're gonna be going to the promised land. Go ahead and cross the river, wash your sins away in the tide. It's quiet and peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles, get happy, your cares fly away. Shout hallelujah, get happy, get ready for your judgment day. Come on, get happy, chase your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy, get ready for the judgment day. Sun is shining, come on, get happy. Lord is waiting to take your hand. Hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promised land. Head and cross the river, throw your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready. Get ready.
Get ready.
For the judgment day.
Judy Garland, get happy. 8 minutes past 8 on Radio 2. And today's show is dedicated to all Team GB's independent shops. Today's show is entitled When You Support Small Businesses, You Are Supporting Dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking to a mate of mine who runs the bakery in my mum's village in Cranley, one of the finest bakers in the world. And I said, how is it? How's it going? He said, well, it's all right. He said, it's because if you produce things that can't be bought on the internet, then you're going to survive, which is why, bakers are doing well, sandwich shops are doing well. But if you sell things that, non-consumables, more or less, that can be bought online, then you struggle. That's why nail salons are doing well. That's why hairdressers continue to do okay. And it's such a shame because we have a fantastic family-owned sports shop in where we live in Ascot, and it is a brilliant, brilliant shop, and it's just full of joy. It's a real Saturday morning, lads and dads and mums and daughters. It's a chat. You go in there, you have a chat, you have a look around, you have a chat. It's full of all the kinds of things that will get you in the great outdoors. They're all colourful, all different kind of balls, all different kind of rackets, trainers, football boots. I mean, it's just good stuff. They've even got a section where you can see them restringing tennis rackets. It's a great shop. It's small, it's packed full of life and energy and fun and colour, and it's a wonderful place to be. And they're doing okay. I mean, they've been there for years and they'll be fine. But they do say, people come in here and they ask us for our expertise, and then they go and buy it online for £10, £15 cheaper, which I know some people have no choice in doing, but it's just a shame, isn't it? It's just a bit sad. So where we can, we should continue to support our small independent shop holders. On this show on Friday, Andrew Garfield's going to be here, who is amazing, one of Britain's finest actors. That's what we used to say about him, but now he's one of the world's finest actors. Greg Davis will be here as well, very funny man. We love Greg when he comes on the show. And The Cause playing live. But now it's the X-Files Day 2. Here we go. So you know what Dealey says about poaching eggs. It's very simple. You get a small frying pan, you bring the water to the boil, you crack your egg, room temperature egg into the frying pan, you leave it on the heat for 2 minutes, then you take it off the heat and you rest it for between 8 and 10, and then you crane it out with a potato masher. Okay, it's the best culinary crane there is, known to mankind. You rest it on your plate, you dab it dry, or put it on a bit of kitchen towel first, and then you have the perfect poached egg. It couldn't be simpler. It could not be simpler, and it could not be more effective. Nigella says her recipe is this one. This is the one we can least follow most. Crack the egg into a tea strainer over a cup to remove the watery bits. Transfer the egg to a new cup, add a teaspoon of lemon juice, put into a pan of boiling water, bring back to the boil and turn off, leaving the water for 3 to 4 minutes to finish. Use the spoon then to help form a tidy shape before the white has set. I think that is full of so many variables. I mean, the tea strainer for a start. Passing an egg through a tea strainer. Anyway, anyway, and that's Nigella for you. I'm sure if you get it right, what she says, it's pretty good. But if you don't, and like I say, Dealey's is so simple. That's the thing about Dealey's, so simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Right, Gordon Ramsay says, heat the water to a gentle rolling boil in a saucepan. See, already I'm suspicious. What the heck is a rolling boil, Gordon? Come on. Add salt, pepper and a teaspoon of tarragon vinegar. Use a large whisk to stir the water into a swirl. Crack a room temperature egg on the side of the pan. Cook for 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Remove with a slotted spoon. Pat the egg dry with kitchen towel and season with salt and pepper. Not bad, not bad. But the rolling boil worries me. I know what you mean by the rolling boil, but again, Dealey's is so simple. Now, who could hold the light to Dealey, do you think? Perhaps Mary Berry. Well, here we go with Mary Berry's recipe. Crack an egg onto a small plate, slide it from the plate into gently simmering salted water. Reduce the heat to low, poach only 1 or 2 eggs at a time, swirl the water around the edges with a spoon to give neat shapes, bit general that. Simmer gently for about, again general, too general, 3 minutes until the white is opaque. Lift out with a slotted spoon and drain. Well, you see, the slotted spoon doesn't work, as well as the culinary crane genius that is the mashed potato masher. Okay, but what we will take from Mary's recipe to go with Dealey's recipe, I'm happy to take a bits and bobs of these and add them to Dealey's, is we will take the launching of the egg. I like that, because it reminds me of a lifeboat, and I like lifeboats. Okay, crack the egg onto a small plate, then slide it gently into the simmering salted water from Mary's recipe to Dealey's recipe. And they're both the best recipes. How can you tell? Because if you print all these recipes out on the same piece of paper, Mary's and Delia's are the most concise. 4 lines each. Gordon's runs to 7 lines. I think Nigella's is verging on a tome. All right, moving on now. Actually not. No, sort of. Food science next.
Oh, it's okay to be a little broken and beat, but I'm alright with that. You're with me, relax, and you call it weak. Baby, you're just unique. Come out of the black, never hold it back. You got such sad eyes, turn blue to gray, and it hurts me to see you hurt this way. Oh, go on and cry, baby, 'cause you don't
Paloma, we love you. We love your music. And we hope you're happy with your new family. More, Paloma, more of everything, please. That's Cry Baby. Susie from Suffolk. Susie's getting involved in the bum fight, in the heated debate, the rolling boil debate. Saying goes, Chris, you can't cook an omelette fast enough and scrambled eggs slow enough. No milk in scrambled eggs for us. The water stiffens them. Just gently broken, gently stirred, and loved as they cook on your lowest possible heat. When they are to your liking, take off the heat and add the butter loads to stop the cooking. And I like a grinding of black pepper. I'm sure you do, Susie. But you can cook an omelette slow. Jamie Oliver's recipe for omelette. And the slower you do things generally, the more room you have for manoeuvre and the less panic if something goes wrong. It's like if you're a pilot, height is your friend. It's just hitting the ground that kills you.
Joe Wiley. For every band like Foo Fighters, you can discover a Wolf Alice. For every wordsmith like Dylan, you can unearth a Lucy Rose. From every mesmerising performer like Prince, you can fall in love with a Florence Welsh. Iconic music inspires modern artists.
I chose this one because it's a great song. I hope I can play it okay.
It's Jake Bug live on Radio 2.
I am a linesman.
In turn, modern music inspires iconic artists. Mick Fleetwood.
I fell in love with the song, and of course Rihanna does a fantastic version.
This is where we bring it all together.
Joe Wiley.
Monday to Thursday nights from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
See, it was only until Jake Bugg sang it that I realised it was I am a linesman for the county. I thought it was I'm a lineman for the county. I am a lineman. I am a linesman. Anyway, back to food. Very important at breakfast time. 18 minutes past 8. While we've been going on about poached eggs, and here we are sitting in the middle of the Eggs Files Day 2. One doctor has been investigating the wisdom behind the simmer in his book, The Science of Cooking. Out for Christmas. It's a belt, it really is. Filled with the answers to 160 common culinary quandaries, from why didn't my cake rise to can I cure my own salmon, please? Is there a doctor in the house? Yes, there is, thank heaven. Dr. Stuart Farrimon. Good morning, Stu.
Good morning, Chris. How are you doing?
Very well, you got the name for it, haven't you? Stu.
Yeah, Dr. Stu.
Dr. Stu. Right, great book, great pictures. One for the kids and the grown-ups together in the kitchen. And by the way, if your kids get bored and they start moaning and they start whinging, you start becoming a right pain in the you-know-where, get them involved in making something, preparing something in the kitchen, and all their distractions will disappear. Isn't that right, Dr. Stu?
I couldn't agree more. And that's kind of part of the reason behind the book. It's to show people so they can understand the cooking better. And get involved, because cooking, it's that thing that brings us together, just like when we sit down and have a meal together, it kind of brings family together, and that's the whole kind of bonding thing.
Yeah, and kids, one of the favourite questions we know from kids as soon as they can speak till, just before they break out in spots, is why? Because they love a story. So we know how to do certain things in the kitchen, so we'll start doing something on a couple of the pages in your book. So we'll get on with it, and they can look at how and why and enjoy that particular narrative.
Absolutely, yeah, and I've been really stoked by the amazing feedback they've had and the great reviews, because I mean, like yourself, you do something and you put your heart and soul into it, and you're never quite sure how good it is, and I'm just delighted that so many people are getting so much out of it, to be honest.
No, and I love the facts and the simple things that we didn't know existed, like vegetables. Broccoli, watercress, garlic, onions and red pepper are better for you when eaten raw, but carrots, spinach, cabbage, tomatoes and asparagus are better for you when cooked. How come?
Well, there's cooking does different things to nutrients, and there's this whole kind of philosophy of you've got to eat it raw. But really, we wouldn't have got to where we are today if we'd just eaten raw veg and raw meat and all the rest of it. And that's because cooking releases some of the nutrients, some of the antioxidants, and some of all the other goodies. So carotenoids, they're really good for the heart. If you cook carrots, for example, that makes the carotenoids easier to get out. The same with cabbage. Tomatoes, they've got this antioxidant in called lycopene, and it's very difficult for the body to get that out of the cells in the tomatoes unless you do something to it. So if you puree it, pulverize it, or cook it, then it makes it much easier for the body to absorb. But then there's other things like your garlic and your onions and your broccoli. They have substances that get destroyed by cooking. So broccoli, for example, is an enzyme, a cancer-fighting enzyme that cooking destroys. So broccoli only cook it quite lightly.
All right, kitchen myths answered in your book. For example, does alcohol completely burn off when you cook it?
Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. When you flambe it, only a small proportion of the alcohol gets burnt off.
Right.
And actually, it makes no difference to the flavour at all. You can do blind taste testing. It makes no difference. The reason to do it is just to impress your guests.
Right. So you've got to be really careful. If you've got somebody who can't drink anymore for their own sake, you've got to be extremely careful when putting alcohol in food.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you boil it for a really, really long time, you put it into a stew, there'll always be some alcohol left. So you can boil it for hours now. In the book, we've got kind of a chart, and you can see how many hours you've got to boil it to get down to 5% of the original alcohol. But it'll always be in there, so you just get less and less and less over time. So, yes, be very wary with those non-drinkers when you put alcohol in.
All right, which is why the kids go a bit giddy at Christmas when you give them too much trifle. It's not just the numbers, so same for the Christmas pudding. Right, so apples. It's coming up to Halloween. What about apple bobbing? How come they are perfect for bobbing these apples of ours?
Apples, yes. Believe it or not, apples breathe. And scientists have looked at the insides of apples, and they've got kind of breathing pathways, a bit like we've got lungs. And about 25% of an apple is air. And that's the reason why it floats. Whereas other things like potatoes, you couldn't do potato bobbing because that would just sink to the bottom. So apples float because they've got so much air in. I kind of think it's a bit of a con. So you get these big kind of juicy apples. And I'm like, well, a quarter of it is air. Can I have some money off, please?
So is that why they crunch? Is that the air popping?
Sort of. There's little air gaps between them, and they're all held together. The cells are held together by this glue called pectin. And pectin is a thing that we use in jam, so strawberries have lots of pectin in, and that gives it that kind of, it forms a jelly-like amalgam that sets. And the eaters, they don't have pectin that's as strong, so that when you bite into it, the cells will sort of fall apart.
They do.
Kind of in the mouth.
They're more powdery, aren't they?
Brown leaves, they've got loads of pectin in, so they stay together quite well, and so they just kind of, and also they're quite tart, and the acidity that strengthens that pectin glue, which makes them much harder to eat. So you need to kind of cook them longer to soften them.
All right, Dr. Stu, I'm with you all the way, apart from the fact that you're with Nigella on the tea strainer poached egg thing. I don't get that. I'm sorry, I don't get it. Oh, go on, try and convince me. You got a minute.
Come on then. Well, an egg, you think an egg is just a yolk and a white, right?
Yes.
Yep, there's two parts of the white. There's a thin white and there's a thin white. The thin white, okay, so when you put it in, the thin white, it'll spread out and you get those horrible stringy bits.
Yes. I like those. I like the tentacles. I like the tentacles.
Do you like the tentacles?
Yeah, I like the tentacles.
If you're impressing guests, you want it to a nice kind of neat ball to pop onto the toast, don't you? So if you strain it, just use a sieve very quickly beforehand. Put it into a little cup or a ramekin or something, and here is the trick.
Oh, here we go.
None of the celebrity chefs have got this. So for a litre of water,
yes,
put in about a tablespoon of salt and a tablespoon of vinegar.
Uh-huh.
Now, what happens when you do it, and you don't listen to Gordon, do not do a rolling boil, because a rolling boil with all the bubbles, it'll knock it around, go everywhere, and you'll get super-duper stringy bits, and it'll look nasty. Just a light simmer. Then when you put your egg in,
yes,
the vinegar reacts with the white,
yes,
which is a little bit alkaline.
Yes.
And then that produces little bubbles of carbon dioxide. And because you've added the salt, that's changed the density of the water just a little bit, so that when those carbon dioxide bubbles form, the egg, when it's done, will float to the surface. So you'll know when it's done after about 2 to 3 minutes, because it will float up to the surface. And this is the trick that hotels use when they want to do lots of eggs. They get a great big pan, great big tall pan, and then they just plop them in, and then when they float to the surface, they pluck them out. You've got perfectly done eggs, which have got that nice gooey centre, which is great because we can now eat them. We're allowed.
It's like a hug a duck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, this is nice. 8:25. You've been brilliant. We knew you would be. So there we go. We have Dr. Stuart Farrimond. His book called The Science of Cooking. It's one for the kids. Also known as Don't Listen to Gordon is out now. It's a lovely looking book, honestly.
I'm no good at chatting up and always get rebuffed. Enough to drive a man to drink. I don't do no washing up. I always leave the stuff piled up in the sink.
But you will always find him in the kitchen at parties.
Me and
you'll always find him in the kitchen at parties. You will always find him in the kitchen at parties. You will always find him in the kitchen at parties.
Then I met this debutante, I said I like you, way wrong. She was into French cuisine, but I ain't no cordon bleu. This was at something doing Palmer's Green. I had no luck with her.
You will still find him in the kitchen at parties. You will still find him in the kitchen at parties.
At last I met a pretty girl, she laughed and talked with me. We both walked out of the kitchen and danced in a new way.
Jonah Louie, you'll always find us in the kitchen on The Breakfast Show. 8:28.
Now I've done my time.
Jennifer Sweet in Dorset. Jennifer, I mean, you sound oh so sweet. Here we go. Are you ready for this, Lynn?
Come on.
No, seriously. If you're driving, you might want to pull over. It's not funny. You just might need to focus on this, and you may have to drive. Then continue driving in disbelief, which I'm not sure is advisable. I regularly make what we in our family call 12 o'clock eggs. This is fantastic. All right, a large frying pan. This is a large frying pan. That's the key. It's got to be as big as they probably make, I would imagine, for a domestic kitchen. So a large frying pan with shallow simmering water. Nothing about the rolling boil.
No.
Shallow. We get the simmer and we get the boil. We're not interested in the rolling boil. Plop the first egg in at what would be 12 o'clock as you look at the pan.
Gotcha.
Can you guess what's coming
I
next?
see this coming.
It's great,
I
isn't
like
it?
it. I like it.
Okay, and then go round the pan, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, each with an egg of its own. By the time you plop your 11 o'clock egg in, your noon egg is done.
Yeah!
This is a pan of eggs that times itself.
A dozen eggs poached.
Oh, hang on a minute. Should we give her a big call for that?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, you got a big call for that. Well
Big
done.
poached Carl.
Big poached Carl. Congratulations. Again, very rare on a Tuesday, but you got to get one of those. You got to get one of those.
Yeah!
Her record is 22 perfectly poached eggs because she went again. She went for the 24 hours clock. Right, we're all working for Jennifer. Here's Lynn.
M6, 2 lanes closed, the overturned vehicle. This is southbound, junction 40 to 39, Penrith to Shap. M62, 2 lanes closed by an accident westbound, 31 to 30. That's Castleford to Rothwell. Accident on the M56, it's on the eastbound side at Hapsford, which is junction 14. Queues to the M53, that's junction 15. Thanks, Andy. Queues on the A38 still as you head south into Derby from Ripley. Our callers are saying it was very slow because a couple of slow-moving escorted vehicles went through there. Cambridgeshire, accident on the A14 eastbound before junction 21, the A1 at Brampton Hut. Queues beyond junction 22 now, all the way to Spaldwick. Southbound on the M1, it's been slow from Toddington, junction 12, past Luton towards junction 9, but it's slowing again because the M1 has been closed southbound after an accident, junction 6 to 5, that's at Watford. Accident in Hampshire, it's delaying traffic on the A3 northbound past Liphook. 3 vehicles were involved. I'm back with more in half an hour.
She did once make 24, one Boxing Day for all her family, 2 corresponding frying pans, correspondingly simmering.
I love it.
2 corresponding...
Something. We're not sure what he's saying.
No, I'm not sure what I'm saying.
But they were great.
I'm overexcited about this. This is too good.
Boxing Day.
24-hour clock eggs. 8:30 headlines. Here's Justine.
BBC News, Theresa May has met the European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker in Brussels, and they said Brexit negotiations should be accelerated in the coming months. But there was no indication that their dinner together produced any movement on the key issues, including how much the UK will be made to pay when it leaves the EU. Airbus has taken a stake in the C-Series jet built by Bombardier, which has its wings built in Belfast. The deal could protect 1,000 jobs. House prices in large parts of England and Wales are lower than they were 10 years ago. Research carried out by the BBC and the Open Data Institute in Leeds shows that when adjusted for inflation, average values in northern areas have declined by more than 10%. About 300,000 homes in Northern Ireland and the Irish Republic are without power after Storm Ophelia swept through, killing 3 people. All schools will remain closed today. And today's weather forecast, wet and windy for Northern England, Northern Ireland and Scotland. Elsewhere, it should be drier. Those are the BBC headlines. Our next news at 9.
Thank you very much, Justine. 8:32. So what does The Breakfast Show do? It passes it on. It garners great stuff from your good selves and we pass it on. That's what we do. Here's Billy Ocean now. What was the year for Red Light Spells Danger? From the 70s. Across the Rubicon, from poached eggs to the kiwi, be it the bird, the fruit, or other. We're not quite sure. He's talking about magnesium now. I think we should do something on magnesium, don't you, next? Okay, magnesium is the new thing. Everybody's saying if you take one thing, one nutrient, one vitamin, one supplement, it should be a magnesium tablet. Is what everybody I'm hearing is saying. Vassos says yes, he ran in, yes, no, yes, no, yes, but mostly yes, and a couple of no's, but you know what I mean. You know, the no, yes, no thing is the new yes, isn't it? 1977 for Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. We'll talk to Vass about that in a sec. So the Times, Miss Grace, this is a tune and a half, isn't it? It intros itself one way and then it goes the other way, and wrong futs you as the words kick in. Higher or lower than a 77 for this, or just enjoy. 8:36 Tuesday morning, Radio 2.
The minute I saw your face,
Tymes and Ms. Grace. Oh, here we go. The Magnesium Massive are texting the show. See, a research company said kill. They would kill, wouldn't they? For our database.
Yeah.
Can't we? No? Okay. Right, so higher or lower than a 77?
Let's say lower.
Lower, 75. Doesn't really matter, does it? Lovely. 70 songs, lovely. Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. And the Times, Miss Grace. I think Billy Ocean is playing Carfest North and South next year. I think he is.
Wow.
We've booked lots of the bands already, including some of the headliners, and you will not be disappointed. So what's all the fuss about magnesium, Vassos?
Well, I've heard tell that it helps you sleep. So you should have, and it's quite difficult to ingest and digest via pills. So kiwi fruit is a good thing. And so I've heard if you have trouble sleeping, 2 kiwi fruit before bed is an excellent way to get magnesium. Also, when I was doing that long race in Greece that I don't like to talk about, a German saw me struggling, a German fellow competitor saw me struggling at the side of the street, and he goes,
Berliner, sorry.
You need magnesium, he said. And then he got out a little phial of magnesium and gave it to me. And I thought, isn't that your magnesium? What if you struggle? And he goes, don't worry, this is what it's for. And then he ran off, and I didn't quite know what he'd given it to me
but
for.
You trusted him?
I trusted him. I drank it. Right. It didn't really help, but I was struggling quite a lot by then.
You don't know.
Yeah. What if I hadn't?
Yes,
drunk
exactly.
it? Yeah.
That's the whole point, isn't it? You didn't have a control Vassos next to you not taking it.
Exactly. Plus,
had you had one, then you could tell us for sure.
He seemed like the sort of person who knew. And to see someone struggling on the side of the road and saying, what you need is magnesium, that can only help the magnesium lobby.
Well, there are people like that, aren't there? There are people that you think, well, they look like they probably know.
Yeah.
I mean, more often than not, it's not the case. But there are people like that anyway.
I'm Roddy Doyle, and in the new series of Paperback Writers, I choose the songs that tell my story. If I was ever to point at a piece of music that I thought was perfect, it would be Say a Little Prayer. From my love of Aretha Franklin came a story that you may be familiar with, The Commitments.
Spend some time with the world's finest storytellers.
I actually play Nick Cave in the gym, which might seem like a strange choice, because it's like listening not just to glorious music, but to short stories at the same time.
Paperback Writers with Roddy Doyle.
Stream it now at the Six Music website.
Now it's time to talk to one of my people. As I am one of theirs. I am so excited about this. Vassos, over to you.
Today is the start of the Motorhome and Caravan Show, where over 6 days, 100,000 happy campers will flock to Birmingham's NEC. Your not-so-mystery guest today has spent 12 years building these homes away from home and can tell us why now is the time to plan your next adventure. Please welcome Adrian Croft.
Good morning, Adrian. So first off, how are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you very much, Chris.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. Now, why is October, November, pre-Christmas generally the perfect time to pick up a bargain?
Well, it's always a competitive time to buy. Also, you then can order your camper today or this week or this month, ready for the new year. So you get it straight into this first start of the season, ready for next spring.
Okay, because there is quite a lead-in time. If you want specifically to have exactly what you've always dreamt of, you need to sort of put your order in now. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
That'd be a great time of year. Yes, it would.
All right. So the conversion of vans into motorhomes, into camper vans, into day vans. What would you say is the most requested vehicle?
From what we see, it's always been Volkswagen. For the last number of years, we've specialised in Volkswagens, and that seems to dominate the market for both myself and competitors.
Now, did you convert first? Were you a converter first or a camper first?
Bit of both. bit of both. I went away camping part time, and converting made me become more of a camper.
See, are you one of these guys who, when you began, you sort of pitched up and you could do things to save other people's weekends? You know, you could go, oh, I'll help you out with that. I'll help. Oh, you got a problem there with this. See, I
have done that more than once. Yes.
Right. See, now are you born with that? Because I've never been blessed with such talent.
I think so. I think it's just in your makeup. I think exactly right. You're born with it, or not.
Now, I hear you get involved in things like Coast and Country File. How come?
Yeah, well, no. I just think things like Coast and Countryfile are a great advert for getting out into the great outdoors in the UK and do a fantastic job of promoting it.
No, I agree with that.
So I just think people see that and want to see more of the beautiful countryside, and camper van's the perfect thing to do it in.
Give us a top tip, Adrian. Come on.
Always try to buy a camper van from a recognised manufacturer, preferably one that's NCC approved, so you know it meets the UK's regulatory standards.
Right, but also, yeah, I have to say, if you buy a camper van or a motorhome that's obviously been loved by an enthusiastic owner, often they can be pretty good too, don't you think?
Of course it can, yes. And anything like that is more on a one-to-one vehicle basis. But yes, there's some fantastic things that's been pre-owned and pre-loved.
When I sold my VW T5 a couple of years ago, Buzz, and I didn't want to let him go, but we had to let him go because he wasn't getting used enough, and I felt sorry for him. The guy that I sold it to was going to be he asked me more questions about. I had no idea. For 90%, he emailed me 4 pages of questions about my van, and I knew more about it the day I sold it than I did on any day that I owned it. Isn't that incredible?
Yes. Well, we very often get customers that come along and.
Right.
They can always educate us on something, even though we do it on a daily basis.
All right, now how involved are you in the Motorhome and Caravan Show?
Well, we're there, we're exhibiting, we'll be there all week. We have quite a large stand in the hall that we're in, so reasonably involved with it.
Yeah, I'd say that's more than reasonably involved with it.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us. That's lovely Adrian Cross there, and it is the Motorhome and Caravan Show at the NEC for the next few days, up and through until Sunday evening. I'd love to go. I'm going to be a no-show again, I'm afraid, but I would love to go there one year. It's on the bucket list, actually on the proper official bucket list. Would you like to show me yours and I'll show you mine?
I used to ride with a vending machine repairman. He said he's been down this road more than twice. He was high on intellectualism. I've never been there, but the brochure looks nice. Jump in, let's go. Lay back, enjoy the show. Everybody gets high, everybody gets low. These are the days when anything goes.
could you please have a caravan versus camper motorhome debate, please? I really want a motorhome, but hubby says we'd be better off with a caravan. We've reached a stalemate. What do others think, says Katie? Yes, we can have that. Because Ken would love it if we have that debate, wouldn't he? The camper caravan debate.
That's a good question.
Great question. It's a great question. See, I would go camper van, because you know I would, because I have done. And we have gone again. Would you like to see her?
Yes.
There she is. Look at that.
Oh, another one.
There she is.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think of that?
She's very pretty with a white roof.
Very retro. We've got Mark 1 Ford Transit elevating route.
That's in really good nick.
It is in amazing nick. Exhaust is falling off, but that's something we'll sort out. They don't make them anymore. We're having to have one fashioned. But that'll be at Carfest next year. Isn't she gorgeous?
Top one.
Isn't she lovely? Made in 1974.
So you wouldn't go caravan then? You'd say no to the caravan.
I would say no to the caravan. Okay. I would say no to the caravan. But I would say no to the caravan because I think there are lots of lovely caravan sites with caravans already there. There aren't very many camper vans sites with camper vans that you could. In fact, I've never heard of any. But I don't know. I think it depends what kind of caravan. I mean, if you're talking Airstream, then I'm with you.
That's not really a caravan. That's like a whole thing, isn't it?
It is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Yeah. And they are stunning. Yeah, I mean, how about this? How about this for a debate? How do you fancy this one? Katie on the Isle of Wight, by the way, ideal caravan and camper vanning territory there. How about this for a debate, Katie? Much easier, less volatile, I would say. Airstream or house? Come on! You're going Airstream, aren't you? We lived, Natasha and I lived in an Airstream for 8 weeks, and life didn't get any better. Hasn't since, to be honest. Pretty good, pretty cool. Magnesium. I swear by taking one magnesium tablet at night to ease cramps in my legs. Works really well, says Rita. It's the big thing. Can we get somebody who knows about magnesium on tomorrow? That's great. My cousins, who I consider my auntie and uncle because they always sort of looked after me, and they're a bit older than me, half a generation, a day older than me. They've both started taking magnesium tablets, and they've never looked better. They look so well, and that's all they've changed. Today's top 10 news, please, Faz.
Well, let's continue the theme of making Ken happy. Today's top 10 news on the text 88291. Caravans, camper vans,
love it.
And let's throw in motorhomes.
Yep.
Hang on. Look, I have to work with him. Look, I'm the one who has to work with him.
Can't stand
He's
him.
going to be terrible. It's going to be awful.
Today's top 10 news, all those vehicles, please. The glory of those vehicles. 88291. Here's Fast with his guest.
Our sports guest this morning is a principal dancer at the Royal Ballet, and he's come into the studio armed with a tremendous initiative. Alexander Campbell, thank you for coming in.
Oh, thank you.
Now, listen, this initiative... You wouldn't immediately put the Royal Academy of Dance together with the sport that you've teamed up with. So, in fact, Chris, why don't you have a guess what sport the RAD, the Royal Academy of Dance, have officially teamed up with?
Basketball.
Nope.
Volleyball.
Lynn.
Polo.
Go on, tell them.
We've teamed up with the MCC, cricket.
Ah.
And your kind of the goal of this is, I think I'm right in saying, to get more boys dancing and girls playing cricket.
That's it, yeah. The RAD want to try and encourage more boys into dance and ballet, and the MCC, again, are trying to encourage more girls to play cricket.
Which is great. How are you going about it?
Well, we've devised a program where it's taken into schools. It's about an hour and a half each week, and they'll have access, the kids will have access to... a coach from the MCC and a dance teacher from the RAD, and they'll incorporate two of the different disciplines and put them all together. It's usually done to music, and they'll learn different skills from the two disciplines.
Well, why don't boys dance? I mean, I expect my son does street dance. Does that count? It mostly involves doing turtle freezes on every surface. Imagine he'd be doing one on this desk if he was here.
Yeah.
But when do boys get into dance, and why aren't they... kind of all, my little 3-year-old, she does ballet every Saturday, but she's there are no boys.
Well, I think all kids love to dance. You put music on and kids want to dance. I think it's more just about giving boys the opportunity to do so. Maybe giving them the chance to understand and appreciate what it actually is. And I think, something like this is a great way of doing that.
How did you get into dance, and do you play cricket?
I played cricket up until I was 15. I loved it. I still follow it now. And I got into dance because my grandparents were both professional dancers, and my grandmother was a teacher in Sydney. So I went along and saw a show.
At the Royal Ballet, do you watch Strictly?
I've seen bits of it, yeah. I haven't watched a lot of it recently, but Darcy Bustle being on the show, we obviously have an interest, yeah.
And I was given a centre statistic on email that there's been a 20% increase in the amount of boys dancing in the past year. Is that a Strictly effect? Is that something that you guys are doing? What's all that about? And that's obviously great.
Well, since the launch of this initiative, the RAD have seen a 20% increase in boys-related activities and dancing. I think, obviously the interest is there, and having those activities there, people can actually come along and do it. So, yeah, hopefully it'll continue.
We wish you all the best with it.
Thank you very
Dance
much.
and cricket, who'd have thought it? Alexander Campbell.
Love it. And with the Ashes on the way, and you're from Australia, I presume.
I am, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask him who's going to support him.
No, but what if Australia danced against England? Who would win?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the Strictly Come Dancing, we had Ram Prakash and Darren Gough. They did quite well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it all comes from.
Is there an Aussie Strictly?
There is. To be honest, I haven't followed it. I've lived over here for 14
You're
years.
too busy marrying brilliant things together. Let's marry all this with the travel now.
M6 couple of lanes still closed by the overturned vehicle on the southbound side between junction 40 and 39, Penrith to Shap. M62, an accident there, a lorry and a car involved. 2 lanes closed westbound between 31 and 30, Castleford to Rothwell. If you're on the M6, there's a delay travelling south, 21 Standish to 21A, the M62. There was an accident there, but it's gone now. They're clearing the accident as well from the M56 eastbound at junction 14, Hapsford. Those queues reaching to the M53 at junction 15. Good news from Herefordshire, the A44 Bromyard bypass, so that's reopening in both directions. Cambridgeshire, there's an accident on the A14. It's eastbound before you get to the A1 at junction 21, Brampton Hut. Now, dreadful queues on the approach to this. It's back to Spaldwick. The trouble is, once you get past that, it's still slow on your way into Cambridge on the A14. M1 southbound, just 2 lanes closed now after the accident, junction 6 to 5 at Watford. So you're getting by on 1 lane, but the queues are still to junction 10, which is Luton. And the M4, just heard a couple of lanes are closed by a fuel spill westbound 4 to 4B. Heathrow to the M25. Back with more in half an hour.
Thank you. Let's dance to the news, shall we? Why not? Keep the theme going. Wang Chung. Dance all days. 4 to 9 on Radio 2.
Take your baby by the hand and make her do a high handstand. And take your baby by the heel and do the next thing that you feel. We were so in phase in a dance all days. We were cool on craze. When you, and everyone we knew could believe, do, and share in what was true. Oh, I said, dance all days long. Take your baby by the hair and pull her close and there. And take your baby by the ears and play upon her darkest fears. We were so in phase in a dance all days. We were cool on craze. When you, and everyone we knew could believe, do, sharing what was true. I said, dance all days, love. Dance all days. Dance all days, love. Take your baby by the wrist and in her mouth an amethyst. And in a red to sapphire's blue. And you need her and she needs you. And you need her and she needs you.
Today's top 10 news on the text. Your claims, your desperate claims to the fame of caravans, camper vans, motorhomes, all those good things. Not necessarily the bigger the better, but the more the better, thank you. Okay, Wang Chung, I lied. I said to the news, dancing all the way. No, because that means we'll miss out on Beck, which we don't want to do. But more dancing going on here somewhere, I should imagine, because they're up all night.
When you get the rhythm and the time, make
so far away. You see the colors and all the kids going home. Night is crawling up to the day. I hear the birds flying out the sirens all singing. Just wanna stay up all night with you. Just wanna stay up all night with you. There's nothing that I wouldn't rather do. Just wanna stay up all night with you. One, two, what you doing? I've been jumping through some hoops. Wanna get my body loose. Wanna tell you what to do. I've been running out of bounds like an animal struggling, looking for a diamond. I'm trying, I'm fighting, riding in the rhythm now. I just wanna stay up all night, wanna stay up all night with you. Just wanna stay up all night with you. Just wanna stay up all night with you. There's nothing that I wouldn't rather do. Just wanna stay up all night with you. Turn up, baby, yeah. If you don't really care, let me know that you're there. If you got the time to take it up there. Turn up, baby, yeah. Let it out on the prayer. Let me know that you're there. If you got the time to take it up there.
All right, you're up to date with the new single from Beck, Up All Night. On the way on the show, we're pausing for thought. We have your good old fashions, the Gobsmackers, and we're currently taking your teeming texts, and they really are flooding in on campus. In caravans, campervans themselves, and motorhomes. Okay, when does a campervan become a motorhome? Well, that's a different debate. For another day, 1 minute past 9 now. Coming back with the Charlatans and Happy Mondays after Justine Green and the news.
BBC News, the Business Secretary Greg Clark has welcomed the deal for Airbus to buy a majority stake in Bombardier's C-Series aircraft programme. The Canadian company, which is currently locked in a trade dispute with Boeing, makes wings for the planes in Belfast. Mr Clark told the BBC the deal was good news for jobs in Northern Ireland.
One of the things that they are very clear is that not only have they committed to Belfast being the home of the wing manufacturer for the C-Series, but actually they're pointing to the possibility of expanding the output and expanding the order book. So it is a very big step forward.
Theresa May and the President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, have agreed to accelerate the Brexit negotiations. In a statement issued after a dinner in Brussels last night, the two leaders said their meeting had taken place in a constructive atmosphere. Our political editor, Laura Kunsberg, says the word accelerate is significant.
Number 10 was pleased last night to be able to get that word, because sometimes one word does give political cover. It will help in the next couple of days in the run-up to Thursday and Friday's summit, give them some defence to the accusations that nothing's happening.
House prices in large parts of England and Wales are lower than they were 10 years ago if the effects of inflation are excluded. Research carried out by the BBC and the Open Data Institute in Leeds shows rising prices have been confined to the southeast and east of England, while the north of England and Wales have seen average values decline by more than 10% since 2007. Malaysia says it's received proposals from 3 companies offering to resume the search for flight MH370, which disappeared in the Indian Ocean more than 3 years ago. An Australian-led effort was suspended in January after no sign of the aircraft was found in a 46,000 square mile zone. The authorities in the Republic of Ireland say it could be days before they restore power to hundreds of thousands of properties following the damage caused by Storm Ophelia, which killed 3 people. Winds gusting up to 100 miles an hour brought down trees and power lines and damaged buildings. Keith Doyle reports.
Schools north and south of the Irish border remain closed as the full extent of the storm damage is assessed. 3 people died and more than 300,000 homes and businesses are still without power. Ophelia may be weakening, but as the storm moves on from Ireland, people on the west coast of Scotland have been warned to expect winds of 70 miles an hour. Cumbria police say fallen trees, debris on roads and cables that have been brought down are causing problems. And people have been told to stay away from Barrow Football Club Stadium as part of the stand has been damaged.
Today's weather forecast, it will be wet and windy in northern England, Northern Ireland and Scotland, but wind and rain will ease through the day and it will be drier, brighter and fresher elsewhere. BBC News at 9:04 on Extra 10.
Thank you, Just.
Online, on digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Gobsmacker time now.
The Chris Evans Breakfast Show.
Today's chosen by Mandy James from Bristol. Morning, Mandy. She says these two tunes bring back fond memories of my crazy, hazy, amazed student days on the Royal Campus in Exmouth. Both are classics, born out of the Manchester early 90s. Mandy's picked the Charlatans with The Only One I Know. But first, happy Mondays with Step On.
Twisting my melon, man. You know he talks so hit, man. You're twisting my melon, man. Holy cops. Hey, Rainmaker, come away from that man. You know he's gonna take away your promised land. Hey, good lady, just want what you got. You know you'll never stop until he's taken the lot. Stand at your fire, you can change your desire. Don't you know we can make you forget you're a man? Gonna stand at your fire, you can change your desire. Don't you know we can make you forget you're a man? You're a man. Twisting my melon, man. Speak so weird. Hey, Rainmaker, he got golden plans. I tell you, he make a stranger in your own land. Hey, good lady, he got gun on his side. He got a double tongue. You never think he would lie. Oh, lies. Ooh, he's twisting my melon, man. He lied. Ooh, he's twisting my melon, man. Stand at your fire, you can change your desire. Don't you know he can make you forget you're a man? Gonna stand at your fire, you can change your desire. Don't you know he can make you forget you're the man? You're the man. He's gonna step on you again. He's gonna step on you. He's gonna step on you again. He's gonna step on you. Hey, Rainmaker, come
You're listening to the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 2.
The Mondays and the Charlatans. Good memories of meeting my husband, says Jules in Kent. Well, come on, Jules. Jump on the bus. Email is yours now, please, for tomorrow, maybe. Gobsmackers, welcome. Encouraged. Needed, if I'm honest. BBC.co.uk, Chris Evans, blah, blah, blah. That's how you do it.
1, 2, 3,
Welcome to the Rhythm Nation, everyone. Saturday nights on BBC Radio 2. Funk, soul, some R&B, a little bit of dance. Are you feeling like dancing to the music? I might just play this one tonight when I'm clubbing. It's a bit of a blast from the past. A bit of everything on the Rhythm Nation. One thing, all connections are rhythm. Is that arguably the greatest soul song ever, from the greatest soul album ever? That's a big call, but a lot of people love to say it is. Lyrics are timeless. Lyrics like that anyway.
Trevor Nelson's Rhythm Nation, Saturday nights from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
This is good, this is good. I do this a lot. I know you know. I do this a lot if you listen regularly. Thank you for listening regularly. But this is the best it can be, I think. Okay. 9:30 today, Ken Bruce starring Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper. doesn't get any better for me. It's the small things, you know. Cambridge, 9:30, Paddy O'Connell midday. Steve right in the afternoon today, 2 o'clock. Simon May at 5, Jamie Cullum at 7, Joe Wiley at 8, Bruce Springsteen, Long Walk Home at 10, and the August Entertains at 11, and listen to the band with Frank Rinson at 11:30. Okay? Thank you.
I'm young and I'm foolish. I made bad decisions. I block out the news, turn my back on religion. Don't have no degree. I'm somewhat naive. I made it this far on my own. But lately that shit ain't been getting me higher. I lift up my head and the world is on fire. There's dread in my heart and fear in my bones, and I just don't know what to say. Maybe I'll pray. Maybe I'll pray. I have never believed in you, no, but I'm gonna pray. Find me in church, reading the Bible. I am still here and I'm still your disciple. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging you please. I'm broken, alone and afraid. I'm not a saint, I'm more of a sinner. I don't wanna lose, but I fear for the winners. When I try to explain the words right away, here today, and I'm gonna pray. Maybe I'll pray for a glimmer of hope. Maybe I'll pray. I'm gonna, won't you call me? Can we have a one-on-one, please? Let's talk about freedom. Everyone prays in the end. Everyone prays in the end. Oh, won't you call me? Can we have a one-on-one, please? Let's talk about freedom.
Sam Smith and Pray. Out now. Actually, I'm not sure if it is. I don't think it is, actually. But it'll be out soon. 24th of November, I think. Same day he's on the show. Often, album launches collide with breakfast show performances. It's just the way it is. 18 minutes past 9 on Radio 2. So, Vass, I know you love your cars. Vass has just put a down payment on a car that doesn't yet exist. I think that's a very novel way of purchasing a car nowadays.
Put a deposit on a car. Said, do you have any details at all? How big it is, how much it'll cost, sort of boot space, what colours it's available in. No, sorry, none of those until early next year. Never mind, I'll put a deposit on anyway.
Why are you so in love with this particular car? We won't mention it, but I know which it is. But how come? How come this has seduced you?
It's mostly driven by my 11-year-old son, Matthew. He's decided.
No, it's not driven by anyone because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, no one's driven it yet.
It's not even driven by the test driver of the company that are going to produce it.
We want a slightly smaller, slightly greener car than our current one, and Matthew's decided that fits the bill, and I sort of agree with him.
Well, it couldn't be any more green.
No, it couldn't.
Because it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
I mean, it's got zero emissions for now, it would seem, for infinity. Well, that's incredible. Now I get it. I'm in. Yeah. I'm in. Where did we sign? By the way, the Alice Cooper, Hallelujah. Yeah. Doesn't get any better than that, does it? Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper on Ken's show, choosing the tracks of years all week this week, day 2 today. We could use it for a guest we've just booked for this Friday's show. Just booked right now, hot off the press, Gerard Butler, ladies. Gerard Butler, ladies. Gerard Butler, ladies. Gerard Butler's coming on the show on Friday.
That's good.
Along with Andrew Garfield and Greg Davies and The Cause.
Also, what a Friday.
Can't wait for Friday. Can't wait for Friday. Can't wait for Friday. Can't wait for Friday. Can't wait for Friday. Oh, if they were still giving out those awards, those Sonys.
Yeah.
If only. Right, today's Top Tenuous.
Today's Top Tenuous is, well, it's for Ken. It's all for Ken. This, Ken, is for you. Caravans, camper vans and motorhomes with Becca at number 10. As an 8-year-old in the 80s, I won lunch with TV presenter Maggie Philbin in a caravan at a country show. It was my first ever time in a caravan and I have loved them ever since. Sean at number 9. Me and my partner converted a Mazda Bongo van in New Zealand, gradually changing things until it was perfect. So perfect, in fact, we lived in it for a year. Steve at number 8. I was at the Lamar Tree Festival staying in a motorhome next to Radio 2 legend Johnny Walker. Best party ever. Number 7. Jan. We spent 9 fantastic winters there, summers, touring New Zealand in our converted bus, Bricks and Bertie. Number 6. Georgina. My dad has written 12 books on the history of caravans and he tests them daily. He is on his way to the NEC show today. Peter at number 5. I am on my way to the NEC show as editor of What Motorhome magazine. I have been writing about motorhomes for 37 years. At number 4, Elizabeth. We once found a tiny caravan in a friend's back garden. Fixed it up, washed it, wallpapered the inside, sold it for £100. Lovely. Number 3, Steve. I own the longest purpose-built caravan ever. She's 38 feet long. We call her the Rainbow Warrior. She has all the mod cons available in 1988. At number 2, Karen. Whilst waiting for the Northern Lights last Friday, I had a big slice of Madeira cake in an old RAF shuttle bus converted to a motorhome with 360 degrees of panoramic views. And Dave at number 1. I own a teardrop caravan called the Campari. It's styled on steampunk and runs everything from the heater to the fridge on steam. I was offered a fortune for it once, but I'll never sell.
Never sell, never sell. Yes, you will.
Are you ready?
Of course you will.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the time of your life? It's time to stand up and fight. It's alright, it's alright. Hand in hand we'll take a caravan to the motherland. One by one we're gonna stand up with pride, one that can't be denied. Stand up, stand up. From the highest mountain valley low, we'll join together with hearts of gold. Now the children of the world can see this is a better place for us to be. The place in which we were born, so neglected and torn apart. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. I'm your brother, don't you know? She's my sister. She's my sister, don't you know? We'll be living in a world of peace, in the day when everyone is free. We'll bring the young and the old. Won't you let your love flow from your heart? Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother.
House Martin's Caravan of Love. Play that for everyone on the way somehow, someplace, with various people to the Motorhome and Caravan Convention Exhibition thing at the NEC. Okay? I call it different things every time I mention it. Its real name, its official name is Motorhome and Caravan Exhibition, isn't it? I think so. But it doesn't mention camper vans, even though they're there. And Airstreams are there too, and all that good stuff is there. Right, joining us now, it doesn't get any better than, we have Dame Julia Neuberger here. How are you?
I am extremely well, actually. I am in very good form because we've just finished all our Jewish festivals.
So that's it. Whew. You're done.
Absolutely.
You already look refreshed, even though you've not had time to be refreshed. It's just the thought of being refreshed.
I actually had the weekend off, so I do feel, because it really is. It's really exhausting. It feels like a bit of a rabbinic marathon. If you can imagine, I don't run, but if I did run, it would feel like that.
Okay.
And you go from New Year to the Day of Atonement to Sukkot, the Harvest Festival, and then we finish with this big bang, the Festival of Simchat Torah, Rejoicing of the Law. It's a sort of birthday party for the Torah, the 5 books of Moses. We read the very last bit of Deuteronomy and then we start all over again with Genesis. Now, I think that the symbolism of finishing Deuteronomy with Moses' death and then starting Genesis straight away with the creation story shows that there's no real beginning or end, but that the cycle of Torah readings is a circular one, a bit like life itself. It's no coincidence we're in autumn now with gales and storms, even if we had unseasonably warm weather yesterday. The leaves are brown and falling, the days are shorter, we go into a kind of hibernation, packing up the garden, covering garden furniture, but at the same time we're getting the bulbs ready for spring and mulching the soil to freshen it for the new shoots of February and March. It's circular. We human beings die, but our memory lives on in our children and grandchildren or our friends, or in actions that we did in this life, in memories of lives well lived. So when we dance, we celebrate the Torah's birthday, but we're also recognising the seasons, the coming of winter, the hope for spring, the fact that maybe not all of us will be alive next year, but our memories will live on. This festival of great joy reminds us that life is cyclical, and how, as the seasons change, so do we human beings age. And unlike all the Botox in the world, all the anti-aging treatments, this festival celebrates children and older people. I'm keen on that. And it accepts that we grow old. We celebrate new beginnings and we mark endings all at the same time. I'm wondering whether that's a better approach than denying aging and trying to hold it back. Maybe celebrating beginnings and endings together is what human beings are meant to do. For after all, that is the nature of human existence.
I can't believe Botox got a mention in a Neuberger. Pause for thought. I never thought the day would come.
Oh, I could do better than that if you really wanted to get me going. That's a challenge, Chris.
Looking forward to next week. Thank you very much indeed, Julia. It's Buddy Holly now.
Make me want to be with you. Rave on, it's a crazy feeling, and I know it's got me reeling when you say I love you. Rave on. The way you dance and hold me tight, the way you kiss and say goodnight. Rave on, it's a crazy feeling, and I know it's got me reeling when you say I love you.
Track type of time. I have no idea what you're talking about. Cheers, Lee.
M6, couple of lanes are closed by an overturned vehicle. This has been the case much of the morning. It's southbound, junction 40 to 39, Penrith to Shap. M62, lanes are reopening now westbound, junction 31 to 30. That's Castleford to Rothwell after an accident was removed. We've got an accident on the M56 also being dealt with on the eastbound side at junction 14, which is Hapsford. Queues there are reaching to junction 15, which is the M53. One lane still closed. Good news from Cambridgeshire. The accident on the A14, which was eastbound before you got to the A1 at junction 21, Brampton Hut, has been removed. M1, though, southbound, a couple of lanes are closed. Junction 6 to 5 at Watford. That accident causing a queue all the way back to Luton, which is junction 10. I'll have a full report in half an hour.
Cheers, Lynn. Thank you. This from Mummy Lisa, first good old-fashioned today. Can I have a good old-fashioned? So long, farewell. I've been to say goodbye to my gorgeous daughter, Jess Morris, and her lovely pals, Kate and Emily. Good luck as they start their travelling adventure to New Zealand today.
May I have a good old-fashioned splash the cash like nobody's watching? It's for me, Janet Gill. I'm taking a day off and heading to Meadowhall in Sheffield for some retail therapy.
This is Sharon. Can I get a good old-fashioned friends reunited to my old classmates as we have our 50-year school reunion in Swansea?
Morning, Ken.
Good morning.
So what about the fact that you have on your show the guy that fits my Hallelujah chorus the best ever? Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper. Not Bradley Cooper.
Lovely.
Very exciting, isn't
yes,
it?
it is very...
I'm trying to think of other
You're
ways
telling me
to
it's not
promote
Bradley
your
Cooper?
show.
It's not Bradley Cooper?
No, it's not. It's Alice Cooper.
Oh, right. I should have known.
Not Tommy Cooper either.
I should have spotted the difference. I mean, they're not easy to tell apart, but I should have.
I'm trying to find other ways to promote your show. Not that it needs it.
No, that's very kind of you, but every little helps, as they say. You know, we do our best.
Yes.
Yeah, is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me a caravan or
Excuse
something
me,
like that.
Can I have the receipt, please?
Oh, God. I wouldn't mind, but it charges VAT as well.